Where you blunt at? I don't smoke out the blunt. You gotta smoke my weed out of apple. I like smoking out the apple. Yeah, but yeah, this is gonna be fun. I want to talk to you guys about something. We're gonna win on something. But first, yeah, y'all can ask questions if you want. You can tap in with me real quick before I start talking about this. It's gonna be pretty deep, and it's for everybody. At the end of the day, I've seen other conscious people getting online talking about certain things lately, and I want to comment on it. I want to comment on it. A lot of people argue with me about it. A lot of people fight me on this topic.
Hey, Nick.
What's
team
your
up,
question?
team up.
You see,
Mary Blue.
I'm not
you?
Oh yes. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. I think it's a decent amount of people.
Hey, Barbie.
But I want people to know something real quick. But I want to put everybody on to real quick. It's something that I came into. A lot of people have been wondering where my money came from. I want to talk about my money. She's sleeping. She's sleeping right now. She's downstairs sleeping right now. But I want to talk about where my money came from. I want to tell y'all where my money came from, and I want to put other people onto what I'm doing. Because there's some things that people need to know. And y'all more than welcome to come in here and argue with me. I'm open to argue about this topic. I'm way more than open to argue with y'all about this because I believe I'm absolutely correct about this one. And if you want to argue with me, I bet you I can convince you otherwise because I'm doing it. I'm doing what I'm talking about. Yeah, money talks, right? And so I want to put everybody on game and let everybody know what it is that I'm doing for real. I'm happy though. Just know I'm on. I'm happy, boy. You on a Bitcoin? Let me know how y'all feel about money. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about money. Y'all go ahead and y'all can come up. Y'all can come ask a question. Y'all can do whatever you want to do. You guys can I got you. You guys can what you call it? Tell me how you feel about money. I want to know how y'all feel about money, getting money and spirituality, money in any way. And I want to tell y'all how I'm getting my money. I want to put you guys.
Hey, Ewan, what's up, baby?
You said money's a frequency, right? Yeah.
Money is a job. Money is working.
Yeah, it's down. I turned it down. Yo, what's good with you, Five? It's good with you, Five. Get good. That's my G right there. That's the homie right there. And you want to talk about money. That's my dude right there. And Five, I want to know what you think about this. Tell me what you think about this because it's money, man.
Hey, Les.
It's money. We gonna talk about this shit today, man. Y'all know where I come from. Y'all know what I've been doing. And y'all know how we used to think about money. So let's talk about how we used to think about money, right? Because we love carbonation so much. We used to teach that, cosmic currency, whatever you focus on grows, right? And that's the only thing that really matters, right? That's what we used to teach.
I'm sorry.
Now, I want to talk to people about money. Because we used to say, we don't do things for money. We don't, work for money.
Hey, Scarlett.
Things like that. And I remember, actually, a lot of people may not know, but this is a fun fact. The first presentation I ever really did at Carbonation was actually about money. I have a full presentation breaking down what money is, how it works. The goal was to expose Brother Polite and how Polite was saying that money is God. And I went against him to let him know money's not God. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah. I used to be at Carbonation, and I used to propose different ways for us to have passive incomes, for us to have a way to not have to worry about it, for it to just come to us and we don't worry about it, to have it work for you. Don't you want your money to work for you? Why? You don't want to think about it. You would rather spend your day being healthy. You would rather spend your day being spiritual. You'd rather spend your day with your family or in your craft. Me personally, I would rather spend my day with my family and my friends. That's it. I just want to spend my time with family and friends.
What
All I care
family?
about is family and friends.
What
So when it
family?
comes to money, I don't really care about what most people's perspectives are on it, because I know how to have it. I know how to get it, and I know how to liberate movement and freedoms. You know, and people think it's not spiritual, but it's actually one of the deepest esoteric levels that we could get to. It's deeper than all the other stuff we're trying to figure out here. I mean, I want you guys to consider something. Ask yourself this question. For what reason can you not get up and go walk out that door at your house or wherever, your car, or wherever you are right now, and literally just do whatever you want?
I can't.
Without going to jail,
After
without getting
work.
arrested, without somebody calling you, without you getting in somebody's way or disturbing the public. Right? Why can't you go outside and just do what you want to do?
We do.
Anybody have any answers? Does anybody have an answer? Does anybody know the answer to this question? Why can't you just make your own airplane and just fly anywhere in the world? You're mentally free, right? You're spiritually free and you're mentally free. But you mean to tell me you can't go where you want? You can't do what you want, and you can't move how you want. And you know damn well that money would be a part of helping that, but even that isn't the totality of it. What is it? What's stopping you guys? You know? Let's read some things people are saying. We have why life ain't no free for all. Life ain't no free for all. That's what you want to believe, and that's what you will live. And I mean, it's just as valid. Somebody said, just as easy as you can do something, it's just as easy as you can't do it. That's why there's people who are successful and people who aren't successful. It's just as easy to not be successful. It's just as easy to be successful in any right. Here's the answer, since you guys aren't really answering it. Let me see if anybody want to come up. I'll bring you up for a second and see if you want. Oh, you got the answers to my question?
Yep.
Go ahead.
So
here we go.
But I'm not sure. I think a part of it is because. So I know this sounds crazy, but I feel like a lot of people will get hard so when we sign our birth certificates or our parents, right? We sign like this subconscious earth treaty on some other shit that kind of like puts us in this systematic bullshit, for lack of better words, so that we're subconsciously always programmed to stay inside these lines, even when we think we're mentally free.
So you're saying,
yep, Barbie.
Can't do what I want?
No, you can't.
Interesting. Now, is that the end all be all of the topic?
No, not at all. Obviously, you can go and divulge much deeper, but I have a hard time articulating my massive thoughts. But it has a lot to do with person. Yes.
Do you think that's important?
In the terms of their world, yes.
How important is it for you to be able to move freely, to do what you want, and what you have freely?
It's extremely important.
Why? And you can't do it now. Most of us can't. So my question to you is, what would you do? Give me an example of just like, there's no right or wrong. This is your life. I mean, what would you do if you could do anything?
Honestly, I would go move.
It's not a free-for-all, right?
It's not at all, but I would like try to go move to like have my own sustainable farm or something somewhere. Something I'm actually working towards now, but obviously you know it's not a free for all, so you have to work towards it and actually accumulate the currency to be able to do that.
I just in Royal Men right on time.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm go ahead.
Do you have the answer? Are you going to divulge that at some point?
You were the perfect person to bring up. You brought us right on top. You brought us right on track. People don't believe that the deep realm, spirituality is what it's looking for. People think that the 3D, the 4D, the 5D is it. And I'll give the Leo credit on this one. He did say everybody wants to go to all the other realms. They haven't even had this.
And that's the certain, and that's one thing I can agree. While some stuff I honestly say I don't agree with him, that's one part where I did agree with that, because I have my own understanding of that, where I tell my brothers and my family all the time, yes, focus on your ascension, focus on the 3D to 4D, but right now we're playing on a 2D game board, so we have to look into the 2D rules. We can't just sit there and ignore them when we're literally, our avatar is inside of a 2D game.
Have y'all ever seen those Kabbalah images where they have like a room, a door? You open this door and it's like a room and it's all black, and they have a checkerboard on the floor, and they have pillars, and they have all these esoteric things around it, phoenixes, dragons, and shit. Yourself might be there doing some thing or something like that. You know what I mean? Y'all ever seen?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that chessboard is the 2D reality. That's why it's black and white. Okay, now I understand. It's like a height. Let's get in every way. They're telling you this checkerboard represents the aspect in this picture. Everything is on this board. This board is in an infinite realm. It is in this dark room, right? This is not a full knowledge. It's not hidden magical. This is basic.
Not at all.
Of levels of reality. That's all they're telling you. There's different levels of reality that we live in. And that's like different figures, different symbols on different areas in the picture. It means something. This is what it means. This 2D board, just like a chessboard, you are only operating certain rules, what kind of piece you are. Life is like chess. Don't people say that a lot? Oh, this life is so much more stable. Oh my gosh. Life is like chess, right? But there's rules to chess. There's rules to life. There's law. That's why you can't play the law. Whether you agree with it or not, we agree with it. So we agree with it. So
yeah, that's coming back to when I was saying, like, you know, you come into this unsubconscious contract, and your birth certificate was signed for you so that you are subconsciously programmed from birth and on to abide by the subconscious program.
Exactly. So the birth certificate, and to talk about what the birth certificate is real quick, to bring it off the circle, so to make sense of what you're saying right now.
And I'm not one of those, and I'm nothing against them at all, but I'm not one of those sovereign citizen people. Like, if I'm playing the 2D game, cool, I'll abide by your 2D rules, but I'm heavily aware of the 3D, the 4D, the 5D ascension that can take place. But for now, like you said, we are in that black and white board.
All right, so that's not only where we are. We're in all these realms. You're in the fifth.
Correct.
In the fifth earth. You're in the third earth.
Well, I say per se, our physical avatar is in the 2D.
Right. So everybody's choosing where they want to perceive. Like, you can focus in on different things. Like, you can focus in on this, or you can focus in on what's past that, and other things will get blurry in the process. You can focus in on any one depth of life. So you can do this with dimensions. You focus in on the second dimension. Well, the beauty is when you see how everything is interconnected. It's still one bit, it's still one thing. There's just different things and things. The birth certificate, right? It's just to say that your name, all that is to do is to say that you as a body, as a living body, like made of dirt, made of earth, you know what I'm saying? That is, there was no name on it. There is no name on that. You can be whatever name you want. Now, the name that we chose for the first without the fool as the asset, as an instrument, we put the feet, the fingerprints, and all these things as proof that, okay, this person, this being is this is what's my money's worth, this is my instrument of value. Now, this name, for the account, this will be the name of the account. Obviously, some people know about it already, who know nothing about it. I'm gonna make it simple for you. Your birth certificate, your name on it, is nothing more than the name is just the name of the bank account. And this bank account has value for all the work that you can put with your life, your entire life, right? So there's millions and millions and millions that you are already given by the government into the bank account. Now,
your strawman account. You talk about the strawman account, right?
This strawman, right? This strawman is only sovereignty. I don't know if that won't be
So you don't. Well, if you want to explain to me, but I'm well aware and versed in the laws of sovereignty.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to so basically, with the sovereignty aspect, that's one level. And if you're in here still, please don't be the time in the comments or anything. Let me know. You're very well versed. I know two people heavily on it. You know what I mean? And thank you for real, because I'm spiritual already. I was able to connect to heaven. You and then having this person which is an identity. You're identifying this world, the reality as this character. All that's the game that we both set. The rules of laws. And you are a U.S. citizen for your laws. Back British. After I go there to tell.
Hey, girl, doctor.
American board. And this is they section. Looks like a game. Same thing. It's a game. So at the end of the day, what you need to realize is if you want to move freely, you have to understand the laws. You have to understand the game. And if you know the laws and if you know the game, you can maneuver in the game like a wizard. And you can actually do things that nobody else knows in the game because you took the time to press pause, look at the computer, like, oh shit, we got special rules. Oh shit, we've been playing this game punching and kicking. Well, we got Hadouken and this shit. We got Kamehamehas, niggas can spirit bomb this motherfucker. And we don't even know about it because we just never looked. And it's right there and it's always been there. The rich, and there's this girl who popped up and I posted her on my story. The rich are rich. Get mad at the rich for being rich. And the poor are poor. You can't get mad at the poor for being poor. Everybody has the same 100% ability to think. We're born. Once you sovereignty, the next step that they won't tell you. And I hope I don't get into this. If I do, whatever. I'm gonna put out enough, and what people do is what they do. This is public information already. So what you need to understand is that once you become sovereign, most people want to go start tribes and go live free and go do these things and that things, but they have yet to really free themselves financially too. So you're not playing the game all the way yet. There's a currency system in the game. There's an energy system in the game.
And absolutely no funny. When I first discovered melanation, carbonation, whatever, I was 100% with y'all until y'all went left with the financial part. Because me personally, I'm like, well, damn, if y'all supposed to be y'all own, governing y'all own self, shouldn't y'all have y'all own currency at least, or y'all own self-sustainable system?
It's a fucking game. You guys can take it serious if you want. It's a game. It's spiritual. It's life, and life is a game. This could be completely, absolutely different in infinite realms of possibilities, but we made it like this. And the rules are pretty simple, and the game's actually kind of fun, and it's actually set up very easy.
There's a random question. Do you have access to Netflix?
Of course.
Have you ever seen Midnight Gospel?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah.
You just remind me of one of the.
He ain't see it.
I mean, exactly, because even in that,
he ain't see it.
All the infinite realms of possibilities, how life could be, the laws, rules in these different realms. But this is where you are here and now. So let's yeah. You know what I'm saying? Money, just like any other video game you're gonna play, you're not playing a video game like, oh no, fuck the money. No, you're playing a game by on your purpose. By you continue. As a matter of fact, you don't have to do anything extra. If you go down the main story in any game, it will reward you with all the money you will need to accomplish what you need to accomplish. And you will beat the game just by doing basic stuff you do. I promise you. You don't even have to do anything extra. You don't even have to make all the extra money. You know, I'm with you guys on that. And Minister, I feel you. There's certain ways, certain things to invest the money. And this is also a part of the game. Once you got the money, how do you use it? Most people don't realize that you already got the money. They say don't chase it because you already have it and you have to attract it. But what if I told you you didn't have to attract it because you are the source of it? Why would you have to attract it? You already are. You're it already. You are the value. They established that to you in the beginning when you were born. So what do? Well, when you become sovereign, the next thing that you do is that you establish yourself as a creditor. You become a banker. You do what they did to make Chase, JP Morgan. You do what they did to make Bank of America, to make Wells Fargo, to make all around the world. The only thing, they're the people who fucking put the time apart to file a couple pieces of paper and say, hey, I'm sovereign and I'm a creditor. they separated themselves from their straw man, and they are now able to, they file papers. You give them your social security, you give them your birth certificate, you give them your proof of residency, you give them all your IDs, you sign in blood, and you do everything to open this bank account. And all they do with this information is access your birth certificate, that account. That's the account they're using to give you credit. When you're working so fucking hard to get credit, they're lending your own money. Your own money. I don't want to put these papers, so I did it already. Pay you and your facility, this little shit that I've called the bank. I'm gonna pay you, and you gonna take my paperwork, my and then you your car charge money, my own money, while having access with trading all the money in my into all these different decentralized financing. It has nothing to do with cryptocurrency and metaverse or that video game that Facebook promotes to you. Metaverse and it's Web3. It's something.
No, I don't even have Facebook, so I don't even know what they're promoting.
The metaverse thing, the goggles and stuff, that's distraction. That's not what it's about. All that's going on, they're telling you that we are moving the currency that is decentralized from one board, money traded with all the other. And on top of that, let's do away with all of that. Let's create a money that's not based on any of the game boards. It's based on nothingness.
Okay, my next question. Are you familiar with Derek Grace?
No.
Look him up.
Derek Grace.
He's talking about something similar to what you're doing, and he's actually putting it into action on Instagram.
I want to do this because I know there's
you should link up with him. He's already having emotion. He actually was building a facility with Nipsey Hussle right before Nipsey Hussle died.
Got it. I got him. I got it saved right here. Bro. I've seen bro. I know who Derek Grace is. Yes.
No, you don't.
You know what's funny? I know what he's doing, and what I'm doing is I'm putting you on what they're doing. The thing is, everybody's charging tens and thousands of dollars for this information, right? So, and you know why? Because
if you follow Derek Grace from the beginning, the first 2 years I followed him, everything he was giving out free game. He was following you.
That's fire. That's what I'm talking about.
He was giving out nothing but free game.
I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And I'm able to come together with people. That's a superpower with me. That's a major difference between me and Alivio as well. That I'm able to work with people. I'm able to respect people and learn from people. And that's why I can come to you with so much confidence. Because I've done my own research and I have others.
May I mention one more thing to you?
I could refer to them. You see what I'm saying? Yo. Yeah.
Fact. And you are super powerful for going through all you went through and overcoming it. But since you know so much about the hair and it being antennas, you don't think you might want to cut your hair and start over since you grew your hair in such turbulent circumstances?
No.
Of course not. Turbulent circumstances.
Or maybe go through a cleanse, a spiritual cleanse for your hair?
No, no one can claim shadow work and then do that at the same time. Cleansing is understood. The cleansing is understandable. Everything I went through is what made me who I am. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of that box. Patient. And
I'm locked up. I just started my journey.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people like to do the reset for various reasons. And for me, I love who I am. And I'm going to continue to, I love everyththing I've been through, and I understand. I will not be cutting my hair or anything of the sort. But real quick, I'm gonna switch you out real quick with Minister.
Add that minister guy. He seemed like he had something to say.
Exactly. Yeah, real quick. You're welcome to come back at any time, though.
I don't know how to drop out this one. I don't know the shit about live. You gotta exit me.
All right, I got you. Figure it out. All right, so here, you come up, and I see you, Jesus. I'm gonna pull you up too. All right, because I want to tell you guys what I'm doing. I want to tell you how certain things I'm doing. And real quick, I'm gonna give you the floor to talk, Minister, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. You deserve it. Because I respect this dude. I know he knows his stuff. I have another source who's been educating me, but I know this dude knows his stuff. I think I brought you up, but I don't know what happened. So check this out. To bring everything full circle, they're taking access using the information and the know-how.
Oh my goodness! Thank you.
Use this credit system for you.
Thank you so much.
The credit system is just bank accounts. It doesn't matter. The thing is, can you access them or not? Your answer is no, until you've been able to do the proper paperwork to put yourself in a position to where you can access these things. You can access your own trusts. You can access your own accounts.
Thank you, darling.
It's so funny that they
Appreciate you.
call it trust. And I want to go into the spirituality aspect of it,
Hey,
so you guys
O'Neil,
all
what's up?
understand
Hey,
where I'm coming
Blanchy
from and
Poo.
why this is okay. It says you're unable to join. Maybe restart the app or something. I'm not sure. But this is the thing. For me, I don't care about money. I don't give a fuck about money. I'm all about my family and friends. And that is why money is just something I can't worry about. So I figured everything out about it that I could possibly. Me personally, I own my own nodes where I generate my own coins. I am a Bitcoin miner. I have my own Bitcoins and coins being generated.
Where is that?
On my own.
Where is that?
I'm taking any value and all value from this US dollar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
You can print an infinite amount of US dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Infinite amount of US dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they are taking resources from nature.
Mm-hmm.
And this money is based on resources, right? In
Mm-hmm.
nature. And this infinite source of dollars is based on how much they can produce.
Mm-hmm.
And so we look at it as an infinite source of dollars. There's no cap to how many US dollars can exist. They will loan and create infinite debt and just create infinite dollars. They can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now with coins and decentralized, when you get away from the Federal Reserve, when you get away from the banks, when you get away from the money system that we're all familiar to, and you go into this new world, this Web3 world where they have these blockchains and these codes and all this weird computer stuff, right? At the end of the day, what this is doing, who cares? The bank is established and it works, and you all have a bank account. You only complaining about that. So look, I decided to make an account in the Web3 world. I decided to make accounts and wallets in this world, in a decentralized world where, guess what? I get to be my own banker.
Mm-hmm.
I can transfer millions like that. I can receive millions like that.
Do it.
No limits, no holding, no blockages.
Well, do it.
No he say, she say, none of that shit.
Go
and no
on and do
identity, completely.
I want to see it.
Completely
do it.
Secure,
We
private. It can never be undone. It's there. The value set. Okay, you already use your credit cards. You're already using invisible value. So why not move it to a place to where you have control of it and you're getting all the benefits that the bank is gaining off of you? You're being vamped. You're being leeched. You're being robbed. You're being played. On this game, you're getting played. You should not have cash. Take a bunch of cash, put it in a vault. And one day, when all those bankers decide to switch and move their money from these centralized banks, or say something happened to where there's a one world government and all these centralized banks disappeared and there's a one main bank, it would be decentralized. So everybody could use it and everybody would have to access it with their own personal information. Everybody would have to be their own bankers. But now what gives you control in this world is who has all of the money that has been siphoned into these coins. I'm taking all of the money in US dollars. I'm getting all the money out of this account. I'm getting all the money out of everything that I can, all of the credit, all of the trusts. I'm getting money out of everything. I'm getting money out of all of it. And you know what I'm going to do with it? All of that infinite dollars, I'm taking all those infinite US dollars, right? These fiat currencies. I'm taking all this fiat currency, all this money that y'all love. I'm taking all of this and I'm taking that infinite thing and I'm putting it into something that's finite. I'm putting it into something that's finite. There's only about 20 something million Bitcoins. And as people buy them to use them to buy and trade in a market that's cashless, in a market where they have full control, in a market where they're sovereign, in a market where they're making money off of their money, in a market where they don't have to worry about money because it's just being generated as they chill and as the world moves around. This is the healthiest thing that we could have. This is a world market where we ascribe value to what we want. If everybody was doing it, it would reach an equilibrium. It would reach a balance. This would be dope. This is the perfect currency system because it's going to be based on our values. Now, I don't recommend that people get into this just like people use the internet for low vibrational things. You can use money for low vibrational things. So I also lead this conversation with what are we doing with the money? What am I doing with all this money that I'm taking? And I'm my own banker. I'm not going to the bank. I'm my own banker. I'm doing my own thing now. Okay. Now I am sovereign in that way. I'm free in the realms financially. I'm financially free. Wow. Just from knowing certain things and putting in a couple papers that were always there. That's it. Now I'm my own banker in their terms, but all that means is I'm just me now. I'm the body, and I got access to an account that the state said, hey man, you get some millions because you're probably gonna do a lot of shit here and add value to us. So America. Thanks. Cool. Yep, you get a house. You can pull out a couple million once a year. You can pull up to like a couple million every year. You can get a full house and all of the bills and everything paid off by this account every year. You can get a car, just a full-blown car, yours, every year. And we're just going to write it off to this account. I mean, this is the same account that is the source of your credit. This is the same account that is the source of your everything, your 401k, social securities, loans, PPP loans, any of these things. Anything that money that comes to you is yours already. And somehow somebody gave who had access to it, gave you a piece of the shit. But before they gave you a piece of your shit, they had to take all of your identity because it's yours. Own your strong man, motherfucker. Don't throw that shit away. That shit's worth millions. You don't throw your strong man away. If you're an American citizen, you are a lucky fuck. I was just sitting in a room with a dude from London and a dude from Spain, knowing what I'm knowing, and I couldn't necessarily have this conversation in the same capacity, but we could talk spiritual and talk the 2D realm and still break down financial freedom. And at the end of the day, it was very interesting to me how Americans, how good we got it. We just don't know shit. We just don't know. I can become a banker. I could become a creditor. I can take your guys' information and I can issue your own money to you. That's nuts. I have freedoms above the law. Freedoms above the law. The average citizen doesn't have. Oh, I guess they forgot to tell you too. America is going to be signing over American citizenship and sovereignty to the World Health Organization this year. Oh shit! Forgot to tell you guys. And with the monkeypox and all these diseases that they'll be releasing, and another lockdown, or just a cashless society that's moving towards these cryptocurrency cities that they've been building down on the low and in the most beautiful places. Well, this is going to end up being the prime economy. And by the time you find out about it, the numbers are going to be so high that you're going to get in as an average Joe. And people like me, who are part of the lower 4% of people actually doing this, lower 4%, I'm a part of that now. We're all the way up. We're the new world leaders because we decided to learn how the game works. And what I'm going to do with it is absolutely immaculate. I'm about my family and my friends. I'm about to alleviate people from this shit. Yeah, I'm going to free people from that type of bondage. I'm going to give them that financial freedom. It's easy. But I'm not going to go chasing you, and I'm not going to force it down your throat, and I'm not going to make a million videos trying to explain it and do it. Maybe I will. I don't know. But I want people to acquire. I want people to talk to me. At the end of the day, I want people to come to me. That's legit. That's cool. Talk to y'all. And people who are serious. And I want to start building a financial team with y'all. I have a financial team already of followers. I have a financial team already. Niggas just be up. I got a team. I got a team. You know what I'm saying? A solid team of ballers, and we know what we're doing, and we're all on point with this shit. And I get to make sure everybody, this is beautiful, and it's getting bigger, and we getting bigger, we getting stronger. Y'all want to see a movement? Y'all should have your own labels. Y'all shouldn't be doing all these spiritual works and crafts from each other.
That's what I said, Nicole.
No, you're supposed to be able to create for free. You are already the source of your income.
That's what I said. What
your
family?
energy
What
for
friends?
your purpose is, and you just do that. And you give from your account.
Put me up on that team.
You take from nature. They siphon all this stuff from nature and put it into this raw form called money. And you were hating on the money.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, take the goddamn money. That's raw natural energy. That's nature, nigga. Take the fucking money and do something good with it. Fulfill your purpose. Do God's work. Do God's work with it. Don't work for it like everybody's doing, working for money.
Oh.
Fuck your job.
Oh.
You are not a slave.
Oh.
You are not an office bitch.
Oh.
Do only what you are paid to do until you know this information to alleviate yourself and free yourself. It's really only about, if you were to start right now, the process would take you approximately two months and 1 week. It will take you 2 months and 1 week for everything to be solidified and matured. The documents matured. 2 months and a week. That's how long it would take you. I'm not telling you where to live, and I'm not telling you what to do with yourself. I'm just saying, I would say, I'm telling you to do this, is to be in your purpose, is to walk in your purpose, to live with your family and friends. I made an example to Lodi's sister. I said, hey, if your sister was in trouble, if your friend was in trouble right now, and you had $5 million because you've been you started accessing your account 2 years ago. You got $5 million right now. You accessed your account 2 years ago. So you got on this 2 years ago, like a lot of these dudes did. And now you sitting on $5 million. And your sister needs help. She's in a messed up situation. What you gonna do? Your friend need help. What you gonna do? She said, I'm flying them out here. They coming to me. Of course they are. The moment you get money, the moment you come up, you thinking about taking mom out the hood. You thinking about family and friends, and you cursing that they coming to you for money. Well, guess what, guys? What if everybody was just tapped into their own source of money? And me personally, I don't care. I don't mind sharing my wealth. But at the same time, I can't just give it to anybody who isn't at the right mindset to use energy, to take nature energy, raw nature energy in money form, and use it for something that, is in their purpose. That's the best thing to use it for. They might use it for something that is outside of their purpose, and I'm not willing to support that. But I am willing to support somebody who's on the proper frequency and understanding of these rules and these laws. I'm not just going to go giving money to people. You have to I'm going to give you information. You have to understand how to do this for yourself. Why would I give you this money when you have it already? Why the fuck would I go around giving you money when you already got it? Why would I give you any money now? You have it. You want to get it? No. You just want mine. You don't want your own that you have? And bruh, a lot of y'all parents was immigrants and stuff like that. And a lot of y'all parents have a different setup than y'all. And you were the first one of your family who's even able to do this. At the end of the day, y'all say what you want to say about spirituality, 3D, 5D, love, and all these other realms. Fine, that's great. You can be there in your own sanctuary. You can sit in your room and do that. But your day-to-day life is not free. It's not. You're limited by laws and rules and what you can and can't afford. And you're trying to manifest and attract money to you when the system is set up where you're the source of their money. The battery is trying to attract energy. The battery is trying to act like a magnet for energy. Come to me, money. Come to me, money, 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 tree, money, money, money. I will work. I will charge $9.99 for a reading. Nigga. Exactly. See, that's a beautiful thing. Look at that beautiful thing you can do right there. If you own property, invest in solar energy, windmills, and sell excess back to utility companies, bit mines. This is the lick in Chicago suburbs right now. You see, people who know, they know. It's energy out transmutation. That's what money is. It's called a currency. It's a flow. Okay, amperes, voltage. You see what I'm saying? Is watts. Water. It's as simple as it's water. Hold up. Let me see. Hey, yo, what's good, G? I'm on live. What's up?
It's live.
You want to come on live right now?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Yeah. I'll see you in here, bro. All right. That's my brother. My brother's about to come in here. If I can send it to him. And David, I see you in here. You go ahead and speak real quick, David. Yeah, that's a dope. You know what I'm saying? There's a number of things that you could do. Me personally, I don't have to worry about.
Yo, peace and love, my brother.
Shout out to
my G.
Bro, so check this out, bro.
I'm checking it.
Crypto world, obviously, right? And everything. I don't care about the metaverse. I don't care about those things and the NFT. I'm not into that. What I am doing. I'll be working out later. We got to bring the back in the picture, bro.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back together because now I'm a little bit clearer.
Big dream.
I now own nodes. I own nodes to where I'm generating my own coins now, and I'm not from like my own random coin. The coin that I'm using has a million TPS. That's 1 million transfers per second. That is the fastest market. That means when anything transitions to doing that, what are they going to use? Dial-up?
Right.
No. And on top of that, there's just so much more. I could put people on game with that later. But at the end of the day, I can put people in this position. I'm in a position that's equivalent to Bitcoin just started. And I'm somehow one of the guys who's lucky enough to mine them up. It's the same thing. I don't have to worry about money for 9 years. And on top of that, I found another way to make sure I'm a millionaire every single year of my life, guaranteed.
Well, give us some money.
Yes, man. This is
by default.
Give us some money.
By putting in a couple pieces of paper. And actually, I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to pay somebody to do it. A couple $1,000s. That's
right.
it. That's all I'm going to do. Everybody, that's all you got to do. Pay a couple $1,000s and it's done. And I've seen everything. I've been there. I've touched it. I've smelled it. I've experienced it. I've looked at it. I've seen the results of it. Bro, we're sleeping on ourselves. We're trying to attract money and listening to these money affirmations. Trust me, I do it every night. And I'm stopping because I just realized I am the source of it already. The universe is there. Nigga, you were the battery. The Matrix told you. Why are you trying to attract energy when you're the battery? No, you're being siphoned for the energy, and you're getting up and you're working for coins and crumbs and nothing. I'm not even working for coins. They're being generated for me.
Facts, man. This is literally it, man. Let me just start off.
I put no money in, bro. I put $0 in, bro.
Right. I know how all this stuff works, man. I've been doing it for 5 years now. I first learned about Bitcoin mining when I was 17. And back then I was big into a whole bunch of other things. And the guy that introduced me to it, he had been doing it for years before. And he made multiple 6 figures off of it. And come to find out, doing it on the dark web back then when things were not as secure, there's not as many ways to know for sure that you can do it successfully. Yo, peace and love, my guy. How's it doing? How's it going, man? Yeah, so yes, so as I've gone through my journey, realizing that there's so much like false information out there, and also that there's like a lot of ways that you could do it and easily make a mistake, as I've been on this journey 5 years and lost like multiple, thousands of dollars, and then made that all back, and then had that process gone and over. It's like, what I've come to realize now is that when you have a team, as you said, of people that are all on this mission together, that's pretty much the most guaranteed way to make sure that it won't be something that just flops out of nowhere. Because if you don't have the right team, you don't have the right people that have like the ability to ensure that this is like something that it's not just like a one-time deal, then that's pretty much like what you know will.
You have to be able to have a community and be doing something realistic with it. And I'm on that, and that's why I started this by saying, you know, to me, I don't really care about the money. To me, it's about the family and the friends, like everything for that. Because to me, family are the same thing. My friends are my family, my family are my friends. And I've learned that a lot of people have corruption in their hearts, and there's no need to condemn any one person. I've realized that everybody is going to be on a spiritual journey. Now, what I've also realized is that we all have a common distraction known as money. I'd like to remove that as a blockage for everybody, because it can be done. And more conscious people are coming to the forefront. Spiritual people are coming to the forefront, admitting that this is true. We have to access and master the 2D reality if we want to talk about mastering anything else and being able to be free in these other realms. I promise you'll get all the time to lose.
We're not giving you our money, Solar. Nope.
Ashmere bed. Where do you? What's your at the beach with your feet buried in the sand, organic, non-GMO by your own right.
Everybody hits Solar up
nature,
for some money. Hey, nay, baby.
You've taken this money to put yourself back in nature and eat the sea moss and connect back to the telluric energy. You paid for that in a sense. No, you didn't. It was yours. That is your connection to nature. Money.
No,
and
it's not.
To reality. It's the tether that they use, and we paid on it when that matrix is actually the guide to our divinity. It's set up for us to win, right? Especially if you're a U.S. citizen. Actually, other people in the world are harder. They have to be harder. America is a very special place. A very good. I could go into other things, but I want to stay on 2D reality. Steve, welcome in. You're one of the guys I would recommend people go to actually go into their processes, to actually go get the links and get the actual paperwork. And I would recommend people go to people like Steve. And there's another friend who I have as well, my friend Naeem. I don't know if he'll come over here, but at the end of the day, these are my guys, my go-to guys, deep in the moors. Kanoom as well. You know, there's a couple people out there, and then there's these new girls. There's that new girl with the stuff on her face and the hair, the afro.
Give me big Aquarius vibes. Give me big vibes. I don't know her sign, but she's there with revolution.
Something. It's Uranus energy, and it's here to change the way that we do things. You see what I'm saying? I felt it, and I seen her video, and I'm like, it's time, bro. We gotta start talking about this for real. This video was gonna be in a Rolex shop. It was gonna be in a Rolex store. You know? Got things about like money, just what money is, and you know the resources, where it's coming from, and how we have every right to it. So, Steve, if you don't mind taking the floor, I want to hear what you have to say.
Man, so hey, sometimes I love just listening to you speak as well, because of how you got the Mercury, the Gemini, and the 12th house thing going. You can just pick up information, and as you speak, just keep going deeper into the unseen. So it's beautiful to just watch and just to observe. So as I'm listening to you, I'm seeing even deeper into the perspective that I'm already at with it, and you hitting on it with in so many different realms already. Like, man, I don't know where to start. Like you said, life is like chess. People always say that. That we are on this board or this planet, but if you take the T off of planet, what do you have? You have plane. So we're living on a plane, and we are the pieces on the plane. So that makes the
plane is a level of thought and development, aka consciousness.
Yes. So now that makes us, our bodies, the pieces on this plane. Yes. And we have, our brain is giving off signals, and depending on the frequency that your brain can tap into, that's going to be what you're literally going to be able to see. So this is why they feed us certain foods from the time that we're born. This is why when we come out the womb, they hit us with the light. And if you've ever stood in front of a car and the headlights were turned on in front of you, the light would be blinding you. So from the day that we're born, we're blinded with the light. So now it gets so deep, because now you go into the moonlight, or the false light that people speak about when they have a near-death experience. When people have a near-death experience, they always talk about seeing the light. But if we truly came from noon or nothing, then that means there was no light. That means it was dark. So what is this light that people talk about that they're going into when they're having these near-death experiences?
May I chime in on that?
Go ahead, please.
I actually have had this experience myself.
Me too.
This was my first mushroom experience, actually, which was awesome. I actually took about maybe 1 gram, but I had ate Mediterranean food for my mother that day, and I soaked it in lemon, and I had already been fasting. So my stomach was full of that lemon. I didn't realize that psilocybin in lemon is like boom.
Yes,
so
yes.
1.5 grams, and I'm sitting there with my friend. We're like just trying to have a decent time. Next thing you know, I'm going through an experience for 8 hours. But in the beginning of the experience, what had happened was I basically unlocked reality, the Akashic Records. I traveled through all information, everything and all knowing. I could know anything at any moment in time. And it was absolutely scary. My friend looked at me and said, bro, glowing like a rainbow. Are you good? Like, I was crying and I had tears and I'm like, I had my clothes taken off and everything. And I was like, and it was like, I was upright. Help it. It was like a channel. And how my body was, but I was mentally, I was.
He like taking his clothes off, huh?
It goes so fast after you take off that it looks like and it looks like a tunnel of like what I went through. And I knew Akashic Records is what just a symbol of that for me. And I went through all the way to the other side. Tightest light. Once I was overwhelmed too much, I'm too overwhelmed. I know everything. I'm scared to know everything. It's sad because I know if everybody knew this, even small things that I know, we would destroy ourselves with it. I knew it, and I cried for that reason. Crying from like the sadness that I share. I found some things because I said, "Knock down." And I remember some of the. But anyway, go to the light. Right when you go through that light.
Hey,
right
Sincere, what's up, baby?
If you ever played Kingdom, just like that, absolutely. Point, a piece of light. I was the light. The light was me. Now he's got sucked into myself, and that's what.
AR-15, bitch, don't think it's sweet. Pop that trunk. I got what you need. My whole team eat.
Light is an illusionary thing. It's the collection of all light together. It's all the good, the bad, the ugly, all together. That is love. That's the totality of everything. If love is the integration itself, then love is everything. All is everything because it's no separation.
Yes.
So when you embody that and become that, you become a higher being, a higher consciousness known as God. And you can see yourself in nothingness.
God don't need no money.
Do is create.
God don't need no money.
Every night, go to sleep. Every night. An argument. You do it every night. And if you have dreams, that's a good thing. That means you're better. You're good at that. You. We call it God, but it's just another you. That's universe. But God is running that one. And that
have you seen the Doctor Strange movie, the last in the multiverse?
Yeah.
That's what's happening right there with the dreams. You know, they literally told us right, you know, and your mushroom trip actually sounds very similar to a mushroom trip I recently had on the Lionsgate portal. You know, like you're most definitely an ascended master, you know.
Yeah.
In the Buddhist culture, I believe you would be called a Buddhist Sifi, meaning you have the ability to go up and stay up, or you can come back and give.
It'd be called a booty.
Reflections of the people that you receive, you know. So the light spirit, but that was literally your spirit or you traveling at light speed. So because your energy compressed into this mass or into this matter, when you move super fast or when your thoughts are vibrating super fast, now you literally become the flame on, you know, like Fantastic Four. You know, that's
I actually, just the other day, I was in a hotel room. This was weird. This was just, I was going into my lucid dreaming a lot. I was in a hotel room, and you could ask Lotus about this. Everything we wanted to happen this day, like magic. It was so crazy that by the time I'm in the elevator, I'm literally doing a dance. I'm literally doing a dance with my finger, like, yo, bro, like this. And it worked. I'm pointing at the elevator, like, boom, and it worked. I need a wand. Like, you should have a paintbrush. Because I'm painting my reality as I go. What's like,
Yeah, that's weird, man.
it's not, kept loading.
this right here.
You got good signal? So just try again.
Right. So, as I
Right.
was,
So,
yeah, it's very deep, you know. So that means, you know, and that's the level we're all working to get to. But as I was saying, when we're born, they hit us with artificial light, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So disconnect us from the true light, you know,
Right.
which that true light, yeah, it is love, you know. Love is the energy. Love is carbon. If love is everything and everything is carbon, then that means love is carbon. So that's the thing that literally holds pieces together. So now, when you look at a emotional vibratory chart, you'll see that love, though, is not the highest frequency. You will have joy, peace, and I believe enlightenment that's above that, because you have to get to love before you get to the love of light. A lot of people have gotten to the
David Hawkins.
argue that love is the process. Not say love is
the key. Love is the key
process.
to connecting the body of God. You know,
Exactly. Integration is more of a verb than anything. So to love somebody or to be loved, it's more of a verb. You see what I'm saying? For a reason. It's something that you use to get. And I agree with you 100%. And this load is booming. You know, this harness the Christ energy, all of this stuff about the energy back to the pineal gland and the story of the Christ. And I put other pictures up showing you the brain, how the brain, literally the bottom of the brain, literally it looks like a man on a cross. That's where it comes from. It's Jesus, all anatomy.
Yes.
And same thing as astrology. And we figured this out through microcosms and macrocosms. It's all, we've always known this. And it's a quantum understanding of life. If you can do this, right, you can understand the different levels. And when you look at that picture, those esoteric pictures, the chessboard, and then you see the chalice and the wand and the crown and the sword and all these different things and these different, know that they all represent different levels that you have to go through life. And we know this already. Look at it, you don't understand what those levels are and what it's really telling you about your reality. If you did, you'd be playing this game a little differently. I'm sorry, a lot of the spiritual people who tell you to not deal with money or understand are misleading you. And a lot of spiritual people know that this is a hidden thing that's fucking annoying the shit out of them, is that they're trying to manifest money and they have to put price tags on their food, spices and stuff that they do for fun, and they can't do their craft to the extent because they got to build it up and they feel good, like, yeah, I want to work for it. You can do the same amount of work and the same amount of earning without working for money and putting a price tag on it. I promise you. And you can put way more love into your craft because all of the worries about money, things for that, is gone. Now you're going to see way more creative and alive and healthy and making different decisions in life because they're liberated. They're liberated. Visible chain telling them I can't.
And as you also, money is just currency. You know,
I said that too in the beginning.
And you bodies, your being is currency. So, you know, what they've done is they put something in the 3D object in place of the original currency. And that's why we can't currently see what's happening on the holy. Now we're living literally of or energies. You know, we come through other sperm, which sperm is like 90% water, into our mother's womb with more water. You know what I'm saying? Just come out into life, into a dome that's encapsulated with water. So this is where we get into the law of the waters. You know,
maritime law, brother. I
Yes.
literally was saying it earlier when he asked us, what is money? I said, money is a currency for energy to flow. And I said, if I could go off about this, I would love to, man. Our currency is like
maritime law.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Currency is like current in the sea. The stream ebbs and flows directed by the banks on either side, like the bank of a river.
Yeah.
They control the current, but the money banks control the currency.
Yes.
That is why our cash flow is a liquid asset.
Flow.
Liquidity is literally available currency.
It's all such a play, bro.
So, and it's all compacted in the English language, which English gives us grammar. But if you look up the etymology of grammar, you'll find grimoire. And grimoire is a word that's used to literally conjure demons. So we're speaking a language that not only are the words compacted in the way where we're summoning or we're casting. When you speak, you cast your words out. So we're and the English language comes from a Latin and Greek tone. So we're not speaking English, we're actually speaking New Latin. So this is why you go to court, you know, you have jurisdiction, you have jurisprudence. These are magical terms that carry a vibration and a tone that if you chant, aka you get into an enchantment, you can literally summon or get things to move. So it gets very deep. You can say wicked. Really, the term is evil because it's backwards from live. You know what they're doing. They're inverted.
Everybody get that PPP loan to move.
And that we're on.
Hey,
you know,
Mona.
so it gets extremely deep. You mentioned Derek Grace when you were on the live with the girl, and I thought that was a powerful moment to point out that, yeah, our people haven't completely got it. And what I've came to realize is we are the ones, you know, that are going to get it holistically, meaning all 360 degrees. You know, most of the people who are selling these financial courses, who are selling these generational wealth building courses, they haven't gotten to the point of understanding that everything is I. So they're only helping themselves out. So this is how genius, how intelligent, how sophisticated the people, the beings are who set up this system.
Nick already
you know,
I'm snacking.
Every city is duplicated.
Nick already I'm
it's
snacking.
the same as the inside of a computer. So we're literally all on the grid. So this is why I commend you so much, Solar, and even Carbonation so much, because that part was figured out. That key was gained as far as like, okay, this matrix is a grid, and no matter what you do, when you get to the point of the fifth dimension, you realize, wait, all is me. So I can leave, but if 144,000 of my cells are still on that grid, I'm not free. They're going to recycle my energy through the reincarnation process because they understand the transmutation of energy or the alchemy of energy. So what they're doing is literally setting up grids. You know how we get our crystals and we have our we mess with our energy, our frequency to stay in alignment. They have buildings, supreme architect, aka masons, that have been building for decades and generations upon generations. That tricks the flow of energy. While I'm posting on the block.
You know about Tartaria, right? You know about Tartaria, right?
Yeah, I gotta go off on this too.
In civilization that was using architecture in such a way to harness natural energy, and it's funny because we're being taught all these old ancient. Actually, just the other day that we were doing this, and it's like something happened to where we all got wiped of like our memory or something. It's like the last generation forgot everything. But the thing is that internet, and we just got the internet, and you guys got to realize that you're in such a special time to where you have the internet in your lifetime. How amazing is that? No, you were here for the beginning of it. If you're about my age, 27 times around the sun, you know, I was here for the beginning of the internet. They didn't have it before. Documentation was a little bit different back then, and who knows what kind of things are out that aren't uploaded. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that's not out there that is not uploaded. So when it comes to this stuff, you guys got to realize that all of these things about theories and ancient aliens and pyramids and stuff, don't even try to understand these things yet. Everything is just symbols that are meant for you to be able to use these tools. Once you understand these symbols, once you master yourself in these realms in every way, you know, that's what we're doing, gaining these different keys, like you said, to master these realms. Once you master a certain amount of realms, what happens is you start using certain technologies. And we'll get into the technologies after we do financial freedom. You see, what do you think I'm going to be doing with all this money?
That's a fact. That's it.
No, I'm going to be very fucking space age, different stuff that I know how to do with gold wire. I'm going to be making portals. I know how to make Stargate portals. I know how to use.
Bro, I'm literally doing this, man. I gotta tell you about it.
It reminded me. That's what the first piece of technology I'm going to reintroduce to us is the I'll tell you more about astrology later, but just to tell you the technology itself, it's called the Pillar Ankh Jet. Look it up if you have time. I've seen a video of it surfacing recently again, and I've known about this for a while. I know how the pyramids work completely, and you can create stargates in small levels and small forms, and you don't have to worry and you don't have to have fear, because trust me, where fear is so low vibrational, you can't even be in these realms with fear. So you'll never even access there if you're afraid. You see what I'm saying? That means you're not understanding it. That's this, you know what I'm saying? You have to completely intertwine with the shadows, and you have to be a master of yourself. And you can't lie. When you use this technology, it's based off your vibration. These portals, you have to open these portals with your energy. Your energy. It's already there. It's already existing. And the Ankh is able to connect to that innately. It already is there. But when you connect to the Ankh and you match your energy at a certain frequency, you can open up portals, and you get denied access to realms. You're on another frequency by law. That's the only law really that you're ever going to break. And that is what these Masons understand, and that is why there's a structure to reality still, because these universal laws are the only laws to obey. And if you can master laws, you're going to see how they apply in this day and age and field. In the 2D reality, that chessboard symbol is simply the law. It's simply the game. It's simply whatever phases and turns and rules and strategies and things that you can do on this place to achieve that higher purpose. There's a multitude of ways that you could play this game, and assortments and strategies that everybody can come up with. But ultimately, I choose to play the role of the king on my board. I choose to, become sovereign and realize that, hey, it's just a game anyway. And what I do with the energy, to me, I'm no longer caring about the game. I am floating above the board now. I am now the magician. I am now doing other alchemical stuff quite freely without needing to charge you arm and leg for it, or you know about me. So I'm very sure that there are secret societies, and I'm very sure that there are people out who do know this to such an extent, been doing this for years and years and years, and it's like they can't just put everybody on, you know, for whatever reason. And it goes to,
I want to speak about that. I want to speak about that for a second, because I want to speak about that for a second. You said on your trip that you realized that, man, everybody couldn't even hold the information. Even that's something I realized too on my last.
Not right now. Soon.
Not now. Yeah, not right now. Literally, the knowledge is correlated to information. So information is correlated to light. So if you were feeling so much light, you would literally explode. You would blow up if you didn't know how to direct the light as it was coming within. That's why they say knowledge is power. So if you have too much weight on your back and you don't have the power to hold it up, it's going to crush you. So yeah, so I
it crushed me, bro. And I was in tears, and I was asking for it to stop. And I couldn't. I was flying, bro. Flying. Then I sat in it. I eventually sat and I couldn't.
So yeah, I was really sad as well, because I realized that there was a point in time where we could all hold up this weight, but yeah, it's like they have their foot, aka their soul, on our neck, aka our throat chakra, which is why, you know, we can't clearly speak and overstate what our own reflection is saying to self. You know? So yeah, I felt the weight, I felt the pressure of the information that they stack on top of us that gets us cognitive dissonance from what is actually there. But saying the stargates, the portals are already there, and we are a stargate and a portal, but because they are
spirits around me right now.
Yes.
I see
Take
them.
on the collective.
They're actually spirits, and I've seen them by removing all of the veils over all of my senses. And this realm becomes heaven, quite literally. This body is access and a portal to heaven through the senses. You're not even using them.
God.
You're not even breathing.
Jesus.
Shouts out to Abu Shadi, because he will tell you better than anyone else. The reason why you're not in bliss, not feeling the best you can feel every day, all the time, it has nothing to do with thoughts. You're not feeling. You're
Bro.
You're
I'm going to live out with Abu Shadi in Costa Rica, man. That's what I wanted to share with you guys, the project that we're going to be doing. Take a deep breath.
I'd love to help and watch everybody contribute to each other. I want to make millionaires. I'm making millionaires by just making sure they have this knowledge. Certain people that I can't. I'm not going for the whole world. You know, that will happen in divine timing. But the people that are for me, I'm here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want that for the most part. You know what I mean? I wanted to break down why it's relevant spiritually. I wanted to break down why it makes sense objectively and why it's something to deal with. You know, you'll go get your driver's license. You'll go to bank account appointment. You'll fill out a W-2 and file taxes. You'll go ahead and apply for a job and make the resume and do all these different things, but you won't file like 3 pieces of paper, or at least find a guy who will do it for you. Bro, I can pay somebody like $3,000 and get it done.
Yeah, iselflawmaster.com. That's where that's everything you need is right there. I've been doing it for 5 years now.
You know, it's funny to put Nature Boy in there, right? And it's sad because I actually was putting them onto this and they resisted me so heavily. And now I'm understanding that, wow, they are ignorant of the 2D realm. They will not master everything until they master everything.
I would say fearful. I would say more so fearful of that, of what that journey contains, because once you become sovereign, now you literally have to standing out in a different way. Like, to be spiritually woke is one thing, but as long as you're still connected to that matrix and your birth certificate, they still can trade on it on the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, as long as they can still use your currency. If everybody's looking at you and you are still operating underneath your social or your capitalist identity, then they're making a lot of flow of currency on your behalf. So
what are they doing with it versus what you would do? Take it back. You're allowed to do that. There's more space and there's more than enough money to go around. I watch it every day. I can show you guys on my phone on this one. Every day I just look at it every day, and it just kind of just to, you know, remind me what the world is doing and how this works and how I can't stress about money at all. And I just need to do, you know, what I need to do, focus on my purpose, my friends, my family now, because I said I'll do it if I was rich anyway. So I do that. But look at this. I look at this every day. It's called whale bot alerts. I look at these whale alerts, and I've been getting them.
I do the same thing
for like a couple of years. Or not, like for a while now. So what you'll see here on these whale alerts, here, I'll do it like this. What you'll see here is you'll see these extremely large amounts of money being transferred like every couple seconds.
Yes.
Every couple seconds, they're moving millions and millions. These are called whales. 250 million. I mean, I was seeing actually just a couple days ago, somebody was doing some crazy shit. They were moving 999 million back and forth to a couple places, and I was like, what? Who do you think is doing that? Who do you think is doing that? Who has access to that type of money? Who has access to that many accounts? Who has access to that much?
Percent.
Your banks.
Royal family. You know, which is why, you know, I come back, you know, after I have a few mentors who are playing around in these leagues, you know, moving around, you know, like a few hundred millions of dollars, you know, and I realized like, okay, yeah, there's a royal family that's doing this, that's not doing it for the beneficiary of the world. Then there's another royal family that's doing it that's for the beneficiary of the world. And I realized that's us who have realized, aka in with our real eyes, that we are one. You know, so this is why I've created this nation, or I've created a church, because the church back in 325 AD is actually what stripped the power from the mind, the spirit, and the body. When Constantine, or I should say Ptolemy's son, aka Ptolemy's son, created the first church and then had people come into that church to worship his father, I realized this is how they continuously have people underneath a spell. They took the information that was in the mystery schools, aka my story schools, and put it in church. And now they taught people exactly how to utilize the higher faculties of the mind, which is simply the brain. So now I realized the best thing we can do is unify. Once you know thyself, the next step is to unify those who know thyself, because it's a royal family that's working together. Look at these numbers that he's showing. These are a group of people that are working together who know thyself, meaning they know energies and they know what's going on the earth. They understand the Bermuda Triangle. They understand Area 51. They understand how the chakras work on the states, the United States, and they're accessing the stargates, and they're working together to keep the information secret, aka secret societies. You know, and they call them secret.
If I was building the shit, if I was building the fucking shit, I keep the shit secret. I'm done. If I'm opening stargates, and my door is locked. Hold on, real talk. Real talk. At least get ready for Antarctica to open up, guys. The end of the year is going to be crazy. Get ready to see things that are strangers in fiction in this time. And this system, this money system, this is as if we're moving into like Star Wars time.
Oh,
you're going to see things get a lot different in every way. In every way.
No more cartoons for these kids.
I want to know the planet.
You see what the cartoons are doing now?
Are cheap. These are the only thing that is out here on this planet for real, which is really weird, is gold has a very limited supply. Gold is so important. What we do technologically, if I'm to build what I'm going to build, make it out of pure gold, so I can get 100% conductivity, because that is what AU29 offers. And I'm allowed to do 100% conductivity. That means there is no alteration, dissonance, no fluctuation in any frequency when I touch my pillar jet on. When I touch it, there is no shift. See, it's not made out of copper. It's made out of these different things that Tesla had to use and other people had used. Mine will be made out of pure gold. 100% conductivity. I'll be wearing a crown made out of pure gold, so that my thoughts and my consciousness and my field can be amplified, and I can protect myself.
Oh Lord!
And I can draw in energy and put out energy at will. And I can assert my will in different ways. And the crown is very powerful. The magician wears it for a reason.
No more Harry Potter for the kids. No more Harry Potter.
That's because a few things about gold.
Yeah.
Gold is
gold and gems in a crown in a circle.
Yeah. The crystals that align with your astrological body.
That's technology. That's technology.
So
afford one. I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna have some story, guys.
So Solar, I just want to tell you, like, you're just talking about the future that you're walking into. Like, this conversation right here is definitely a conversation of the kings. You know, like we're already that. You know, we're just seeing our reality 10, 20 to the future. Like, this shift is happening right now. We are awakening, because now we have technology, and we literally can look into, aka get in the light of the mind, enlightenment. We can enlighten ourselves to the point where we can attract to us whatever it is that we're seeking or that we need to ascend or to rise. So it's like, there's not going to be, okay, let me just say it like this. Just like there's 12 constellations. You know, that correlates to the 12 tribes. So the 12 tribes,
name them.
Kings and their
leaders
and their bishops.
Name 12 tribes.
Priests, you know what I'm saying? And this is going to be the royal family.
Name
so
them.
it's going to be actually our responsibility to handle.
Name the 12 tribes. Where my Bible thumpers at? Where my Bible thumpers at? Name me the 12. Name me the 12 tribes. At least I know all of them. But I remember. At least I could say I remember at least 6 of them. But I know the 12 tribes. Name them. They always speak upon the 12 tribes. They can't even name me the 12 tribes. Name them. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Again, y'all don't like the Bible, but y'all like to talk about the Bible. 12 tribes, name them. I really hope that Mr. Is at least Mr. $13 now. Like the 12 tribes and the 12 this and the 12 listen guys, please, no more cartoons for these kids. These kids want to go make portals and stuff. We see a lot of that. People want to astrologically, whatever the hell. They want to be like young Pharaoh. Everybody want to go somewhere. But guess what? You still got to come back here. You still got to come back to planet Earth. They always want to get the mushrooms, the this, the that. They always want to go somewhere. I broke all the codes. I've seen the future. I've seen the past. Your ass still got to wake up. When you wake up, just like an addict. When an addict sit up there and they do their drugs, they go different places in their mind. But guess what? When they wake up, they'll be right back here with the rest of us people. They're going to be, and you know what's so sad? There's a lot of entertainers now. A lot of entertainers talking about that mushroom stuff. Y'all better stop going to places, because you're going to have to come right back here, deal with the same old people, do the same old stuff.
The gold, the crystals, and the jewels, because with great power comes great responsibility. And knowledge is power. So the more knowledge you have, the more responsibility you take on.
May I say that's why I'm good live more often, because somebody left this message in my inbox, and my inbox is full of 3 weeks worth of messages, guys. I'm sorry. And these messages, when I do read them, they're actually people all asking for help. When I help, I give from my heart. So it's hard for me to really get to everybody because y'all reply. You know what I mean? So it's like, and it's just, and I can see what happens to, like, I guess people get high level social media. You got to start creating different avenues with your energy. You see what I'm saying? With money, with people, influx of any type of attention or
Jacob,
energy.
Judah, and Benjamin, Gad,
to maximum efficiency
Levi.
of my, so I'm able to live life. And I wanted to, wait, you have something right now. What were you just talking about? I kind of veered off.
The tribes, the 12 tribes, and the royal families, and the positions, and the responsibility.
There you go. Name them.
So I'm looking at these messages and I'm reading.
Name them.
They're telling me this, and this one girl had told me this.
Name them. Name the 12 tribes. And which one of the tribes that was a bad tribe? And God said, oh, sorry, Dan. Dan is a tribe too. And let's not forget, Joseph is a tribe. But Joseph is not named in the tribe. But it's really, so they kind of mished Dan. If I'm not mistaken, they mished Dan and Joseph together. But you got a lot of people read that Bible. They can't even name the 12 tribes. And the 12 tribes is basically Jacob 12 sons. Each of his 12 sons represent a tribe. Jacob had 12 boys. He had girls too. He had some girls too. Yeah, I like Reuben. but I like Judah the best because technically we are the tribe. Issachar is one. I used to know them all by heart. It'll come to me. But I like the Issachar. I even like that name, Issachar. Nice name. PPP, pig feet on the grid of the power. They better pay that money back. Talk about all that damn, he make millions of dollars. You better pay that PPP loan back, damn it. Solar basically repeats Leland's zodiac from a calendar. What are the Babylons babbling about now? Just babbling, Miss Real. How you doing? Just the babbling to be babbling. And that's what they're doing. Babbling. Oh, they're going to tell you how to make millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Well, guess what? Take money to make money. I mean, they're talking about the stocks. Well, Judah was special. Then you had Levi, you had Simeon. Simeon was one of the bad ones. But Judah is supposed to be the leader of the 12 tribes. But a lot of people forget Joseph. Joseph is also one of the sons too. Tribe of Levi. Levi, if I'm not mistaken, they will call the tribe of Levi. Remember, Levi was the priest. The tribe of Levi was the priest. That was what their job was to do, was to be the priest. Right? So if we wanted to go to the priest, we'd go to the tribe of Levi. And people don't understand. That's where we get tithes from. That's where the word tithe comes from. Because the land that Levi was living on was not producing any food. It was not producing any food. So God say, listen, the rest of you guys in the tribe, you got to help out Levi. You have to help out Levi. So you would take 1/10 of your food or your whatever that you grew. You would take that over to, it wasn't fertile, producing, yes, baby. And you give that to the tribe of Levi. So what happened was, depending on how much they have grown or how much food or cattle or whatever that they had, it got too difficult to carry over to the tribe of Levi. So then that's when God said, you know what? Then bring some money. Yes, bring some money over there. Right? Bring some money and drop the money over there to the Levites. And not to mind you, this is the First Testament, not the Second Testament. So, if all the laws and statutes and commandments and everything with the Old Testament does not exist anymore, then tithes do not exist neither. But your church don't tell you this. The church reads it like it's in the New Testament. I don't care what church you go to. I don't care. When they start speaking upon the tithes, they read it like it's in this New Testament, but it's not in the New Testament. Oh, bring 1/10, da-da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da. That's the Old Testament. And there was a reason for that. It had nothing to do with looking out for your church. It had everything to fit the church, please. We're going to speak upon that on my next channel. But it was all about the tithes was supposed to have been, and how it is supposed to be is about taking care of somebody else. taking care of another tribe, taking care of people. That's what tithes is all about. It wasn't given to the church, it was given to the people because their land couldn't produce anything. It wasn't good. I try. I'll try. We know that you are not no, I never said I was a scholar. Let me tell you something. No, I'm not a scholar. I just know some things. I don't even act like to be a scholar. I don't want to be a scholar. But I don't know what was that statement, but that's in the book. That's in the book. The cities found under the oceans of the world are enough to question everything that we have been taught. But I am comfortable with that. I already know there is only one God. Okay. Oh, baby, we're going to get on that on my other channel. And then he want to try to say sorry. Really? Really? And then my man, Larry Reed has something to say. Well, we're going to have something to say too. But like I said, you don't have to be a scholar to know what tithes were meant for. The tithes were meant for the people. It was not meant for a building. It wasn't meant to pay the electricity bills. It wasn't meant to pay it was meant so people can eat and live. Unlike what they do unlike what they say about the tithes now. You don't have to be religious. There's nothing wrong. I believe in survival, happiness, freedom. Nothing to do with religious belief. I mean, but then, okay, fine, bouncer. It's no problem. How my song say? You got to believe in something. Solar Sassy is not a zodiacal wizard professing to know the epitome of the planets, suns, and moons to navigate one life. And that's okay whether you personally agree or not. Those that have been students shouldn't have to be quiet. I'm never going to keep quiet, baby. Nay, you know I'm going to talk. Nay, baby. Hey, baby. Baby, nay, you know I'm going to talk. Today is different. You can't go to a church to ask for help with how. Exactly. And it's going to church now. Certain churches, not all. But certain churches now is very embarrassing. It's embarrassing to go to. They get you all pumped up just for your money. I remember, who remembers, when you used to go to the church and right before church started, they used to have somebody come up there and tell you a testimony. Different people used to come before the pastor came in, and they used to tell you, they don't even have time to give you testimonies no more. You know, they don't give you time to say, and then they used to make announcements in the church, like, well, such and such son is in the hospital, or such and such ran out of food, or such as that. They don't even do that. It's not about the people anymore. And it's so sad. I wish everyone could be as happy, but I was told that I was born But let me tell you something. You gotta let that go. You're happy now, and let people want to say a lot of things when you're young. We have all been called something. Yeah, but yeah, you remember. Yeah, remember when they used to make announcements and let you know? Now the members don't even know the other members. Members don't even know members anymore. They come in there dressed to the T, they sit in their seat, and they may see people, and they go on back, give their money and go on back home. Before, everybody knew everybody. They knew everybody's family. I mean, it was really good. It was really good. The pastor don't stop at the church steps to help. Exactly. Or save a soul. I can't let anything go. Well, you should. I'm the oldest male of your family. I'm pretty sure. Well, if you got that, then that means you let it go. You gotta, let me tell you something. Once you turn a certain age, you are responsible for you. Once you become an adult, you are responsible for your happiness. Everything that contains you, you are responsible for it. Nobody's responsible to make you happy. Nobody's responsible to make you sad. People may try to. You might, and it's only what you let in. But a lot of traumas, not you in particular, Bounce. I'm just saying, everybody had some type of trauma. Everybody had some type of trauma. Even if you were spoiled when you were younger, that's a trauma. Because now you grow up thinking that people are supposed to continuously spoil you. I mean, if you look at our entertainers, they got, some of them is million and billionaires. And the things that they say, they talk about their kids, their mama, their father. Poor kids, they didn't actually be born in this world, but they talk about their kids too. So they may be having all that money, but inside they hurt deeply. They hurt real deep. People just bounce to know that you are loved and accepted. You may not have received love and acceptance from the house you want, but you are loved and accepted all the same. I have children in their 30s and children in their teens. Bouncer, this is sort of kind of, I don't know if that's funny or not, but we're going to skip past that. All right, let's get back to this. Because he's pulling money out. Let's finish listening to Solar pull money out the sky. He pulling money, all this money out the sky and became a millionaire. He got millions of dollars. Yes, you do.
Look, bro, I watched the video and it said, you know, leaders talking about in totality right now. I don't have things built right now. I don't have the gold or the person who's going to fashion the gold into my device that I need yet. You know, I'm sure they're right there. And now that I'm putting it out there,
they are.
They're on their way.
Right here.
Let
me show you.
You have to.
I can literally see it right here. They're small, accessible. Bro, and that's how a lot of religious stuff actually, they use devices to channel into different sounds and frequencies, and they would listen to them in a certain room, certain frequencies that were designed certain ways, and they were actually always channeling spirits. Now they call it witchcraft. Now they call it this and that, and like, no, the devil and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you're an antenna. All you do is channel. That's all you do. You're conscious, channeling different parts of yourself. We all have access to different things, and that's called your genome. So please be yourself. Please connect to yourself and everything that's connected to you, because it's for you. And if you're afraid of anything that's connected to you, well, then you're not this you. You're still here. I need you to get full all of this. If you're here alone, you're incomplete because you got all of this shit here too. You're only 1/3. You need to be 360. You need to be both and flow together. 360 vision is what I'm teaching. That's the name of my curriculum. And the 2D reality ending of it is just one level. This is just one level. This is just one topic. This is just like a 2-hour long class. This is a class. I could do this every day, all day. And if we want to make something and set it up for people, we could do that too. All I want to do is put it out there so that the people who are spiritual to understand this and grasp this and apply it. And the people who have questions or aren't sure about it and spiritual enough to inquire and at least not live in that, you know, what is it called? That fixed mindset, that cognitive dissonance. Realize that there is another way that we are supposed to live life. I can prove it to you. I can show you their laws and their rules where your freedom and the holes are. The holes, you're like, oh, I actually can jump through that hole. I'm like, yeah, don't you fit the criteria? I do fit the criteria. Yeah, you could do this. Yeah, I could do this. Are you going to do it? I don't know, man. I got work tomorrow.
That's I gotta speak on that, man. That's
got kids. Each of your kids have accounts too.
Yeah.
Yes, I got a request to speak on that too, brother.
Go ahead.
The moment you're born.
Thank you, man.
Millions.
Yes, this ties in everything so perfectly.
I'm saying.
Brother, this literally what you just said right there literally ties in everything so perfectly. And it's just the confirmation that I jumped on this live exactly when I needed to reconnect with you, because let me get a few minutes to really just like fully take everything into the full picture perspective.
Please, I've been waiting for you to speak.
Yeah, man. I've been listening patiently since the very beginning of this live, and I can literally run through the whole entire live of everything that I wanted to just say in a few minutes. So
2 minutes.
In the beginning, we started off this live, right? And you're asking everybody, what is money to them, right? And what stops you from being able to live the life that you truly want, that you desire? And I literally said there in the comments, it was later on, so you didn't see it, but it was that the laws of the universe. And then you came on and you said that the laws of the universe are exactly what stop people. And then you asked them what's money, and I said it's currency. And we went in deeper, and you started reflecting on when you shared like your with the birth certificates and your last name, Townsend. That's when everything just clicked for me right there instantly, because we have the same exact last name, and it's a last name that comes from a lineage of royalty. What created the Townsend Acts?
Three broke people.
The whole American Revolution.
3 broke people.
This mission that we're on right now, that everything you've been speaking about, is what the pieces have been finally coming together after 7 years of this being in the making. And let me just start off by saying, when I was 14 years old, that's when I first came across carbonation, and I had started seeing Courtney within the videos, not only like a few years later after that, when I was 17. So I've known this brother for years, although we only just connected within the last year in exact divine timing. And this mission that we're all on, that like literally has just become so completely solidified, is that what I'm doing right now, firstly, I've set up like all the tools of me being in 5 years studying on iSelf-One Master and these communities about setting up the sovereign roadmap of becoming a secured creditor and becoming the grantor and the trustee of my living trust, which is my birth certificate, and then becoming the successor trustee to manage those assets. And so I've set the pieces in motion to get my birth certificate authenticated as the first step. And I have an entire community of people out in Costa Rica that we've been building this mission with. And essentially what we're building out there it's a multi-millionaire good friend of mine that has started the project and invited me and Abishadi and a few others to come out there. She essentially wants to build a completely sovereign, independent nation, which has already been forming out there in Costa Rica, which is the hub for independent nations and communities and off-grid living lifestyles, just because of the environment being so ideal, and like every single resource that you need is there to be completely sovereign, and it's the most easily accessible. And so we're working directly actually with some of the biggest names within the world of permaculture, which is literally the key to food sovereignty. And if you know who, what his name just slipped out of my mind, it's going to come back to me. Stephen Brooks, that's the name. He's the godfather of permaculture, and these individuals that I'm working with have direct access to him, and have been to his house, and we're building this project with him. And we're utilizing wood technology, which is literally exactly what you were just talking about being able to take the same information that are people at the top of the governments that are using when they build the Pentagon and every single significant building that we have around the world is pretty much known by these controllers, that they build them on these ley lines and they harvest the energy from it, which is the 0 point energy that Tesla had been talking about. And that's why everything got suppressed from his ability to use that for free energy. And we're flipping that around by using these new developments within scalar wave technology that are just starting to be discovered by some of the esoteric communities. And essentially, if you've heard of clusters or harmonizers or vortex-based mathematics and the paradigms, and being able to basically take the same technology that Tesla was using and harness that 0 point energy through the scalar waves, which is a power source, and it can be used for communication, energy, and pretty much any other application that you can think of. So we're going to be using it on our property to not only grid the area, which is it's right next to where they do the Envision Festival in Costa Rica, which is one of the biggest festivals in the entire world for conscious communities, because it's right next to what's called a ley line called Sacred Waters, is what it translates to in English. And we're taking the developments of this team out there that can just crank out building this technology day by day, is what they're all doing out there, and gridding it, setting it up all throughout the property to basically create this vortex, this Stargate portal, exactly what you were saying, a Stargate portal that has the potential to essentially broadcast and penetrate through the 5G technology that they're using. They're literally trying to anti-grid the planet with the 5G, and we're reversing it by building these stargates that have an effect when you take them in one location and then you build them all throughout the world. That's what our grand scheme plan is. And I'm going to tap you guys in, both of you, with the people that I'm doing this with, because this is not literally just me talking about it. They're out there doing it right now. And this is a global grid working project. And this is not a game. This is for real. And so they're going to all these, this most highly magnetic charged places on Earth, and creating these stargates to broadcast that scalar wave power, the 0 point power, to basically transmute all the 5G and transmute all the dense harnessing energy that they're doing. The people at the top, whatever you want to call them. And pretty much by doing that and creating this infinite abundance through the automated trading, which me and Courtney have been tapped into for a year now. I didn't necessarily get to update you about my journey with it, but I've been doing it for a while now, and I've actually found an auto trading bot that can get 60 to 80% guaranteed returns in the Forex and crypto markets. And so we're basically using that combined with the sovereignty of creating a independent nation with a religious trust. And I'm going to tap you guys in as well with the people that I'm doing that with, because they've literally blown my mind. It's not even anything like probably what you guys have ever seen before, but like they're pretty much like setting up this independent nation there, so that no governments or no laws can come in and try to step in and say that this can't be done, because the land is protected by that private membership association connected to that religious identity that they're under. And yeah, all the people that live there are part of that independent nation. And this isn't the only one that's out there that I'm part of. Like, iSelf-Law Master is creating one too, out in, I think, Georgia, and it's called like Free Haven Farms or something along those lines. There's many of them out there, and by you just being a part of this independent nation, you're already like pretty much guaranteed that you can have that like citizenship, that tribal citizenship within that independent nation. So no matter where you go throughout the world, you'll be pretty much operating under those laws that independent nation has created. And they're based on universal laws that cannot be superseded by any type of, quote unquote constitution that like the government will try to impose, because this is literally what the Constitution was based upon. And
so basically, they are trying to scam without the government getting a piece of the pie. I get you. Y'all don't want to give the government no taxes and a piece of the pie, because in y'all mind, they not supposed to get it. I get what y'all saying, but it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. The government gonna get their piece. They gonna get that slice of their pie, baby. How you doing, Houston? The government is gonna get a slice of that pie. You ain't gonna be doing all of this banking, crypto banking, and there's nothing but investments. We get what y'all saying. Y'all learning how to do stocks and bonds and crypto and all this other stuff. I don't know how they're doing it even, but I know the government gonna get a piece of that pie. The government gonna get a piece of that pie, baby. You're gonna pay your taxes. Y'all always want to find a way not to pay your taxes and stuff. But what I do know is that we don't have to donate, because they got a plan. They got a plan and they got money, and you ain't gonna use my money. You ain't gonna use my money as seed money so you can sit up there and invest. That's all they're talking about, is different investments and codes. Different investments, and nothing but investments. People do it every single day. Ain't got nothing to do with no portal, nothing to do with your energy, nothing to do with nothing. You just gotta learn how to read the stock market. That's all you gotta do. Some people do that for a living. And here he go. I can easily pay somebody thousands of dollars to do it for me. Well, that means he got thousands of dollars. If y'all donate to him, you're dumb. Because he just told you I got thousands of dollars and I'm ready to become an investor. That's all they looking for is investors. But in between that time, they're going to take you guys' money and live off of them. In between that time, before they become billionaires. Not even millionaires, billionaires. That's right. It's all about the scam. I mean, they could scam, it just won't be with our money. It just won't be with. It shouldn't be with the people money. People better stop buying their asses. Stop buying their asses food and all this other stuff. They better use that crypto money, that coin money, and all that other stuff. And I'm sorry if you guys are losing brain cells listening to this, but I am losing brain cells myself. My brain cells are leaving. I gotta find me something with some sugar in it. I need something with some sugar, but I stopped eating the sugar. But I should have bought me some sugar to hide somewhere. So when I'm listening to this crap, I ain't got no more pumpkin seeds, Nick, I ain't got no more pumpkin seeds or nothing. So I'm just stuck listening to this crap. It's just giving me they don't want to work. Just give me money. I mean, they don't want to work, but people who does investments and stuff like that, that's their job. That's their job. Their job is to keep watching the stocks and all that other stuff. That's their job. So that's going to become their job. Then good luck for them, just not with our money. Some people get paid very good money to watch the stocks. I'm just saying the word stocks or crypto or whatever. They get paid good money to watch it go up and down. They get paid good money to watch. This is when you invest. This is when you pull out. This is when you add more money. You should go with this company. You should go with that company. This company is doing good. This company is doing bad. Well, maybe we should put all our money in here. It's like a hedge fund. Maybe I'm saying the word wrong, but it's like a hedge fund. Well, that's all they do is sit around and see how the money is going so you know what to put your money into. That is a job. So if that's the job that they want to do, good for them. But we should not be supporting them while they do that.
And you don't have to give up your abilities to be in the
A hedge fund, right? Hey, can you get?
Yo, that was crazy. Yo, you're going out. Can you hear us? You're in the matrix. Somebody literally typed in "land your plane now," and then he went out. That's crazy. Yo, can you hear me, Sola?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Let me see if there's a way I can contact him. Call him real quick. If he don't see what's going on.
We can't hear you if you can hear us. Yo, that person is powerful. Whoever typed that in, "land your plane now," is powerful. Is it can't even hear him. That was crazy.
Yeah. Right now. Phone's off. Hey.
We can hear he's channeling right now. He can't even see us. He's so look, I had so many downloads to say to that. I'll just start speaking, and perhaps he'll see the frequency as we're speaking. I wanted to ping pong with that because
in 10 minutes I'm going to my other channel.
Hey, you went out. Can you hear us?
Yeah,
10 minutes.
Okay, we can hear you.
Where did I cut out at?
In 10 minutes, I am going to I'm going to my other channel. If you don't have my other channel, we're gonna do some talking about these people. We're gonna do some talking about these people. Or I just may stay over here. I don't know. But in 10 minutes, I'm probably going over to my other channel. Because this, oh my God, this right here is like a lullaby. If you listen to this too long, you are going to sleep. This is, I feel like when young Pharaoh was talking, and young Pharaoh just, remember young Pharaoh put us all to sleep? But now they're putting us to sleep too. But let's go.
Of the laws that are set up in these societies, they're based on universal laws that cannot be superseded by
Yes,
any.
okay, thank God. I was about to say that whole thing. Okay, but good. That's only a minute. So, yes. So there, these nations, these religious assemblies and tribal governments that we're forming in these independent nations operate under the universal laws that cannot be superseded.
Jackie, can you drop the link, please? Can you drop
by
the link?
whatever these creditors or the governments that try to come at you. And so,
thank you, baby.
You know, I'm just super grateful to finally be, after 7 years in the making, you know, just knowing that this was the reality that I was going to align myself to. And I spent a whole year in an off-grid community that was setting this up as well. So like that pretty much set the whole foundations. That was back in 2020. And it was when the pandemic hit, so we had no way to leave the community or the country, or be able to go out to towns or get our own food. And that's when everything just became so crystal clear to me that like this shit could happen anywhere in the world at any time, as it did. People could be locked down. They could try to shut down all the resources and say that what they are going to do and what they are planning to do with Agenda 2030 is to do that, and say that, you know, they're going to operate under the one world currency, the one world government, and that, you know, if you don't follow that, you won't be able to buy food, you won't be able to power your electricity, just how they're doing in China right now. If you look at the social credit system they have that's coming here.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty soon. So this is literally the key right here, man. It's creating the sovereignty through becoming a secure party creditor, setting up your religious assembly and tribal government, your independent nation, utilizing the auto trading tools and the technology we have with automation and AI, which I have a bot for you guys now that after 2 years of me searching, I found the best one that is guaranteed 60% monthly returns. So just hit me up if you're interested. And combining that with the scalar wave technology of this 0 point technology to be able to create free energy, literally, as you're saying. That's those three things. That's the Holy Trinity. That's the key, and that's what I'm doing. So
okay.
Out at our crypto,
Let's have a conversation, right?
It's the money. There's the actual amount of people who have the money. There's people who have the knowledge of how the game works, with money, how to get the money, how to operate with the money. And then there's the community.
The community. All three.
Those three things are everything that you need.
You're
as
set.
long as views are in alignment with those universal laws. Saying these nations, let that be the case? Hell yeah. Sounds like
I gotta speak. Let's have a conversation here, right?
Let's go.
Because I've been doing this for a while too. I actually have mentors and business partners who, as I was saying, they're in the markets right now trading in the upwards of hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes.
So they have a specific vision on how things are going to go, and I'll just share some of the things that they have shared. A lot of the times they don't come out and come back to the public, because once you get to a certain level, it just becomes too dangerous to bring that much light back to the public. So now what they're doing is, I even kind of feel, bad or wrong sharing this, but fuck it. This is what I'm here to do. So, because this is what we need, this is what we're gonna have to do, and I definitely would like to build some more. We have robots that we've been developing ourselves. Autonomous robots with brains. Who actually, we have an engineer who's been working on technology since 1997. And we do have a robot right now that's trading at an 82% efficiency. So I definitely like to bring together what we're doing to see if we can get our trading efficiency up to 90 and 95%. One, two. Also, we have to. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. We're gonna have to start with knowledge of self, because if you just get the sovereign information, like for example, Brother Truth, which is the founder or the owner of I Self Law Master,
Right.
he has me blocked on social media.
No.
Yeah, a lot of these gurus and teachers have me blocked on social media because I can see how they don't know themselves. So even when they get to their epitome, they lead people right to the pits of hell. So I was calling him out, and he couldn't respond to it in the truth of light. So he blocked me. So we have to start with knowledge of self before we even get into telling people like, and this is why I have taken a regression, and I kind of stopped talking and promoting people to become sovereign, because once you enter that world, you are attacked by entities that's not seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're like, man, like
That's it, brother. I will definitely agree with you on that.
So the knowledge of self is extremely important to start with. That has to be like the ground level. So I definitely like to merge and start building the spaces, or raising the funds, raising the currency to build the spaces for schools and for religion, because those are the two things that the rest of our reflections are indoctrinated in. They're indoctrinated in school, scholars.
Yeah, because I agree with it, but I don't like school, and I don't like how that was, because those don't train people to work. That's how school started. So I'm not going to go to education.
You got to look at the etymology of a school. The word school, a scholar.
Let me just say this real quick. Just I don't want to take away, add to it too. I would love to hear the etymology, but I don't know. I'd love to hear that. But I do want to say this real quick about it, is that I think the moment when you say that is the way that's happening. So I'm on the same page. Where we on the same page? I just think of this: sure that it's, because as the curriculum is there, for you to take this as if you were to learn this stuff in school, how would they present it to you? I want to be able to put it together like that, because we have the ability to, and I want to be able to get it out in a way to. I just want to for less profit. We're making it stuff. Stop buying. We don't need to worry about making money. It's working for us at this point. I want to work for them. I do want to, and I want to go back to helping those people, not just anybody, but the people who want to help themselves. They need that knowledge in order for love to be fulfilled. That's why I was crying when I knew everything. So I'm like, I'd love to share this, but I can't, because they gonna fuck it up. And I know why. We can talk about it. Plain sight, and it's still fucking code to them. And to those who care, and who those are able to hear, quite literally, they are going to be who are able to say, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make that shift. I'm McDonald's. I'm not any better than the guy who owns Star. Same position here. You guys need to get your done and taken care of, period. You need to get the knowledge straight. You need to get your knowledge yourself first, right? So you understand why you're doing it. Understand why it's important, so that when you do successfully with and your community, you guys are on the same truly. You're doing something that is not going to become tainted like what carbonation was. It becomes about glorifying one person, or becomes about idolizing, about fear and control. And now that everybody should be completely all the way in the Leo energy, all the way in themselves, knowing who the fuck they are. That's the whole point of sovereignty. Become sovereign, and then come together with other sovereign beings. Then you will sit at the round table.
Yes, yeah. So that's it. So on the curriculum. So I would definitely like to, of course, in the back office, or off of this, definitely start building this curriculum, because that's important, because there has to be an order. That's why everybody wouldn't be able to just take the information and be able to apply it, because you need an order. Like, okay, what comes first? What comes second? What comes third? What comes fourth? What comes fifth? Even a lot of people that I've shared the information to, I've granted them trust, or I've helped them correct their status. And after they did that process, their reality literally crumbled. And then after that, it's like they went back into where they were before they got into the status correction process. You know, so and
sovereign yet. They just became sovereign, but they weren't sovereign.
yes, exactly, from the spiritual or metaphysical perspective. So yeah, I realized like the teaching them, the sharing with them the tools, the sciences of the self and of the universe that they're in is what's going to help somebody's mind to become impenetrable. I also like to say, I like what he was saying when it comes to the grid work that's happening on the outside, but we also have to be aware of the work you have to do on the inside, because it is a frequency war that we're in, where they have hundreds of millions of dollars of currency points, vibrations, tokens that they're invested into music and movies and television. So like we can do things that's unseen, but they're controlling the seen realm and the mental realm. So we have to gather the individuals who are able to speak or rap or sing or profess the frequency, so we can get the people who's working at the McDonald's or the Walmart or at the car salesman job. They can tune into a frequency that can lead them to those places that they're working on in Costa Rica, that we're working on. Because as what I realized on my trip on 8/8 is that they have everybody compressed. It's like they have the body locked. If your body is a vehicle, and just like a car is a vehicle, you can literally put a lock on a car, on a vehicle, to where it doesn't reach its maximum speed. Some vehicles have factory locks on it, so it literally doesn't reach its maximum speed. Our bodies have factory locks on them to where we can't reach our maximum speed. So yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter what we do on the outside if we don't get inside of that person's mind or being in the most high way. You know, and this is why psychedelics is so beautiful. So
funny. And I wanted to say this right now with the ayahuasca, is that what ayahuasca does and how it operates is that it's literally is a poison that actually inhibits, and you actually are experiencing life for what it is. And that's why I loved ayahuasca out of a lot of medicines that are out there, maybe, and a lot of things that I've experienced, one of the most, because for me, I had a different experience than most people had. When I did it, I didn't go in my head and travel and throw up first. I completely integrated everything with the ayahuasca. I digested all of it, and I had more than everybody. I digested all of it. I was just sitting there like, this is heaven. And I just was in this whole other state. I don't even know how to put it to people. And when I was here, I realized that, oh, this is always going on. And I saw certain spirits. I see how things look, at least in my symbology of them. I've seen what's around me, what's always going on around people, and what's always going around in nature, and the difference between things. And it stayed with me for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to really realize the difference of how I've been living and how life is. And I realized that ayahuasca, what it was a poison that inhibited my inhibitors, and I was actually living life for what it was. I was actually looking at life for what it was. And so this is a medicine, and you have to purify yourself. There's all these different things that you have to do before you even go on an ayahuasca journey to have an experience like what I had. Otherwise, you'll go into other realms that you don't want to be.
I told you.
I promise you. So you go ahead and try to do what we're doing without the knowledge of it.
Told you.
It might be a bad trip. And I'm glad you're saying what you're saying, because the knowledge.
I try to tell y'all people these things time and time again. Y'all gotta stop taking these daggone things if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, they went to drugs, Kev. You got to stop wanting to go take these trips. You don't know where you're going. And even if you do the things that you're supposed to do beforehand, you don't know if you're going to come back the same person. Stop it. Damn it. You're always starting. Cat, you better go somewhere. Move. They always want to ayahuasca and mushrooms and this and that. Yeah. But it's and now these entertainers are now pushing it. If you watch a lot of these interviews with these entertainers, they're now pushing this. The same way them hippies was pushing the LSD. It's like now they're pushing this. Like mushrooms been in existence forever. This is nothing new. Why are they pushing this now? Why are they pushing this now? Why are they pushing it? Back in the hippie days, they wanted all of us on LSD. They wanted all of us to stay high. Even marijuana. Why are they pushing it so much now? Why? Because they know they're mixing it with other stuff. They're mixing it. They're crossbreeding it and they're mixing it, and you're getting the high of a lifetime. And you might not come back. When marijuana was nice and pure and from its essence, when you had to take them buds out, free mind altering drugs no, that's an old cult, baby. That's an old cult. That's an old cult. Anything that alters your mind is an old cult. Do y'all remember? I believe it was gasoline. It was something that they used to sniff, turpentine or gasoline or something. They always had something to send your mind someplace else. And I think glue, they used to sniff glue too. Who remember when they used to sniff glue? Turpentine, gasoline. They used to sniff all these things. They go around just sniffing stuff. Spray paint. I was going to say that. Kiara, how you doing? Spray paint. Anything that has chemicals in it. And then that's what they push. I ain't huffering. I don't know about that one. But there's a lot of different things that they used to push back in them days to keep your mind not here. They want to make sure while the world is going on, you in the clouds. You are in the clouds somewhere. Free on. Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool. But you always got to sniff something or smoke something. While you staying nice and high, all these things that they're talking about is not going to get done. It's not going to get done. It's not. Because you're too high to get it done. Yeah, you may see it, but I'm like, well, damn. What's right in front of you is not good enough. You want to see the imaginary world. They're both hallucinating right now. I think it was a third guy there. Where did he go? Well, it was three of them, Cav. He probably passed out. He probably so high he passed out. He done passed out with his high ass. White out and glue. Yep. White out and glue. Especially that old glue. That old glue, I think it used to be brown.
Is paramount. I know I have a lot of knowledge and I have a lot of knowing innately, and then also I've done a lot of work and I've put in hours, of my own focus to be where I'm at and to understand what I understand. And bro, we're gonna do some amazing things. And if I was to control, if I was to be like an operator or what you call it?
Just say what you want, man. Just say. Don't put no limits on your speech.
Like a commander, like a military commander. Like, all right, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Like the mission briefing room. I'll be like, all right, you guys go out there, you do the ley lines, and you do the outer work, and you guys go make the curriculum so we can all do the inner work, and then me.
Hey, brown girl, Bella, what's up, baby?
Who does make it through these filters, they're able to attain their sovereignty by navigating them to my guy, who's going to make sure it gets done. But you already know how it works by the time you got there.
Yeah.
You already did both schools. You have already done the ley lines. They're working out there out there in the world. They're doing a thing. Great. Hopefully they've done.
He did make a beat.
That inner work should be the ones doing that outer work.
If you want to call it one.
Who aren't even doing any work, they need to start with the inner work. And then you do that, and then you'll understand why that's being done. And as that's being done, we're reaping benefits of both of these things. We're also liberated from a 2D reality. We live ourselves in 3 dimensions.
Ah, thank you, love.
We just did live where we just freed the soul in this plane. All 3 dimensions. It's very simple, and it's not that esoteric. It's in plain sight. And like we were saying before, those who can hear it, and those who can't, they're gonna do it. As easy it is, bro, guys, it's easy as fuck to do, but it's also easy as fuck not to do. So I mean, I want to go back to my family, my friends. I want to focus on what matters in my life. This ain't take me more than a year in my life, a couple months to really comprehend and get into. So I mean, anybody can do it. And then when you guys continue to see what I'm doing, this, like I said, this video is gonna be in a Rolex store. When you guys see what we're doing, you know what I mean, and what I have being built in the communities that I'm a part of, the type of people and demographics that I'm gonna be adding.
Hey, Darnell.
To what this is.
It was all a dream.
This is gonna be beautiful. We're gonna have so much fun, guys. I just want you guys to just have fun. I want you guys to be happy, and I want you guys to approach that inner work and find that love within yourself, so that you can be whole. And when you're whole, start playing a part of the whole. Start being in your purpose. Don't try to join tribes. Don't try to join these groups. Don't do that unless you did the inner work first. Please trust me. Trust me.
Yeah. Trust us, because look, because I that part too. You know, my thing, because I have a Venus and Capricorn in the 2nd house, I was always looking for financial tribes. So I was a part of this network marketing.
You got the other high one.
How's it going, Pam?
He's back.
That network marketing group, and I did so many network marketing groups in the last 9 years just to realize that
you still broke.
Setting it up for themselves. Nobody's
still
doing
broke.
it from a spiritual component
still
for
broke.
everybody. You know
9 years and he's still broke.
My main point, you remember, you were with me, David, when we were at these Bitcoin meetings. That was my main thing. Was the only thing you got to think about, all of these businesses that everybody has proposed. Great, cool, all these cool things you can do with DeFi and crypto and all that. Great. The best thing that we can do with this is build a community that is liberating. Period. That is the ultimate community that you can create with cryptocurrency. That's the only take this energy and what's going on and make it into something good.
And also structures like buildings where more people can come together and become masters of this trade, because it is literally us, aka those born into iniquity, versus them, those born into royalty. You know, royal families, the wealthy families, the top 1%. Bill Gates and Steve, they didn't just get rich because they were super smart. No, look at their ancestral lineage. It's the information has been passed down for generations, for thousands of years, and that's why the people on top are still the people on top. So as y'all just connected and remember, y'all's last name is a name of
it is
already chosen by what your name is. You know,
yeah, exactly.
He drunk.
Bro, so first off, man, I'm gonna literally just have to fly y'all out with me to Costa Rica, man, because talking about building the structures to actually set this into motion, that's what I'm doing. And I was literally just thinking back to what you were saying too about
the third
when we were at
is
that crypto conference, and how building communities is the key. And that guy that we were with, Rich, that had the pyramid that he was wearing, he started Cultivators DAO, which is a decentralized organization for cultivators of energy that are raising the collective consciousness and doing it through the decentralized way. He has a community now that's almost at 1,000 people, And this past month, he invited me to be a co-founder for it. So now I'm like part of that process as well. Like, and it's all coming together in such a way that, like, just because of the fact that the universe knows that all three of us are, like, literally our whole heart and soul is in this mission, it's brought us together, you know, just throughout this, just even in this live, like how I was literally talking with my girl and then I saw that Solar's live and I'm like, I need to be on here. I don't know what it is. The universe is just telling me this is where I need to be. It's like you're giving yourself up to that higher power, and then all of the like things that you need to make it happen literally just come right in, and it happens like at such a rapid pace. Now, you know, that I'm like fully dedicated into the mission and I've already made enough leaps that now I'm actually creating the Townsend technique, which is my own curriculum based on all my years of self-knowledge that I've done to get me to where I am. And I feel like all of us, like you said, should be creating this curriculum based on our own understandings and sharing that in a larger collective, you know, to where that's pretty much what Cultivators DAO is about, that we started. And so, yeah, if you guys want to learn more about any of this stuff, like all of it's on my page, but I'm going to just directly tap you guys in as well, you and you too, to basically just like get all this out to you guys, because now that I know that this is like without a doubt what you guys are on, then I mean, what's stopping us from doing it? It's like literally our only thing that would be stopping us is our own limitations and belief systems of what we put up. And you literally said in the beginning of the live, like, that this is all about creating the life that you truly desire and not letting anything hold you back. And so that's how I know for a fact that this is like what you guys are not just speaking about, but actually living. And I'm just so honored to be here with you guys. And the fact that I met you,
Lordy,
Courtney, like through online years ago, and we connected in person, and I didn't even like realize at that time that you were the guy I had been seeing in all the videos, and we just connected on a soul level without that, and then just finding out later, oh yeah, you are the guy that I've been watching for years now. Like, just synchronicities like that just make it undoubtable, you know, to realize like who is meant to be in your mission, who's meant to be in your path, and just aligning with them and creating this new earth, you know. So blessed.
That's beautiful. I'm grateful to know you guys as well.
Yeah.
I'm so to have the opportunity myself to, as a matter of fact, I only talk to about 4 or 5, maybe 6 a day. And the people who I talk to, we're on. That's it. All that we do. I tell you, you can come together. We could actually all be a part of this. I'm a part of, technically it's a DAO. They don't call it that, but it is. I'm a part of a group where the prime utility that I love about it is where I'm mining coins. Number one, I'm getting coins every couple hours. They're generating and just being sent to me. Number two is that I'm also being given these exclusive travel benefits. So I can go to 5-star places. I can take the most private, the best flights, would get the priority, everything. All of these things that you would pay a great price for, I can get all of it for 40% with this as a utility of the group that I'm in, with the people who I'm affiliated with. So you want to talk about traveling, going to Costa Rica, going to lane lines, going to places. I was just planning a trip to the Maldives right now. I just planned a trip just to go there, just because it looked awesome. I mean, and somebody told me, the dude who's I'm working with, he's an Indian dude. He lives in London, and he's like, dude, go to the Maldives. I'm like, all right. I looked at it, and I'm like, yo, that's it. I have all these things available to me to where I could do that like nothing. And so I look like I'm living like a millionaire, but actually I'm doing it cheap because I'm not paying for it in US dollars. I'm paying for it in the coin that we're a part of in our DAO. So we're building our value as we are doing whatever we want to do. It seems like I'm balling. Everybody's balling. Most people just don't want to pick up the ball anymore. It's there. Ball at any time. Pick the ball up. Start balling. You can do it. Showing you how to pick the ball up. Most people don't even know how to play the game, so they don't even want to get on the court. But you're on the court and you're just walking around. The bench is still, you're still on the game. The game's still going. You're just on the bench. I want you guys to get up. And the ball too. Like, yo, do what you do with it. But you'll know. The universe ain't gonna play no games. Just like the Ankh Jed, the Pill Ankh Jed would only open the Stargate if you're vibrating at the correct frequency. This knowledge is a Stargate. And to access to that portal, you'd have to vibrate at a certain frequency if you want to go into that vortex of life. Otherwise, you'll know about it and not be able to live it. And that is what you were speaking on earlier if you don't do the inner work first. So I agree with the priority. I definitely agree with the priority on it. And shouts out to bro, because the community is going to be the key as well. Now, I don't want to make a tribe. I don't necessarily want to make a cult. Again, I'm a little traumatized from that. I want everybody to be individual, and I want everybody to be themselves, and then come together. And then you're going to see it coming together as tribes and groups, communities anyway. This is
that's why the next level, once you get out of tribal building, you get into nation building. So you can build a nation with individual tribes. So yourself and your family, whatever is going to come out of you if you're a woman, and whatever is going to be that's going to carry your child as a man, that's your tribe. And that's the order of sovereignty. Sovereignty started with man and woman, and then man and woman came together in a household, and then that was the original form of trust. There was man, woman, and child, just like this woman, man, and child. So that was the first trust. So then each household came together inside of a group, and then that was a tribe. And individual tribes came together, and then that formed a nation. So now it's time to nation build as we live inside of a nation that's ran by somebody else is driving the nation, though, not us. They're driving it where they want to go to benefit them, even though we're the beneficiaries of the nation because we're born on the land. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's pointless for us to go back and forth with each other when it comes to family and when it comes to friends. We go back and forth with each other on petty things like sports and video games and who looks the best and whatever. But it's like you're living on a land that you're not necessarily in control of, and if you don't control your own space, then how can you protect yourself if there's a rainy day? So they literally say own nothing and control everything, which means that you can't own anything because you didn't necessarily physically, you didn't create the earth. You didn't have to come down here and create the earth. It was manifested from your mind, and the mind is everyone. Everyone is the mind. Everyone's mind is the mind. So you can't own anything. You can only control your piece of it, which is your.
Shout out to those who know, and those who don't know, I hope you find out that the leader of this, they're asking who's the leader of this nation. All of us are. That's the point. You got to lead the nation comprised of tribes. You're as much of a leader as I am. I'm just grabbing the reins. I'm just putting the crown on myself. I'm not living in self-denial anymore. I chose to be a king. I chose to be sovereign. To do that, you have to choose it for yourself. Sovereignty is something that you claim for yourself. Spirituality, once you claim your soul, this is the first level of spirituality. This is the first level of anything that we're talking about, is true sovereignty, claiming your soul. And then shouts out to, I see you in the room. Shouts out to him and people who offer the plants. And please send me Blue Lotus. I would love to get some Blue Lotus for you for some of my herbal blends. I like to smoke different herbal blends with my marijuana. I like to put lavender and sage and different things.
Rosemary, all of
Smoked gold as well.
That's not my platform, Jackie.
And that is actually when I woke up the most. I was actually
IG. Yeah, you're right, Jackie.
At the time. And
You're
I
right.
Became extremely aware
my
of
brain
all the
cells
drugs,
messed
and
up with
it
these
tapped me
people.
out of my wormhole of trapping. I was in Vegas and I was trapping. I had a lot of money. I had pounds, weed, and laptops, and credit cards, all kind of stuff. And I was living at the top of the world already, off of hustling. You know what I'm saying? And I actually was depressed. Very, very. This was when I was the most depressed. I was the alone.
Can we bring that solar back too, but minus the depression?
That's the thing. When you guys see the communities that I'm connected to, I'm actually going to be liberating a lot of street niggas. A lot of street niggas who got a lot of money and cash and don't know what to do with it. I want to make sure that everybody's able to come up. I want to make sure that everybody's able to do the best with it. I got a homie who got hundreds of thousands of dollars and doesn't do with it, and he has most of it in cash.
These guys doing some push-ups.
Doesn't know what to do with it. I'm like, bro, fuck that cash, fuck that. Get an asset. Find an asset of any sorts. I don't care. Don't even invest in one thing.
That's why I be forgetting.
Out of the bank.
I be forgetting.
And this is hard to explain to people when they don't understand certain levels of spiritual sovereignty, to know how wrong the bank really is. It's a whole existence, and you not claiming what's there for you is a smack in the face every day you wake up, every time you swipe a card, every time you check your credit, every time you worry about your credit or worry about affording anything or manifesting anything, because you have access to it already, because it is you. You just need to learn the laws of your own game that you made, and you logged into this game. Play the motherfucker. Stop trying to change the game and master the character in the game, in the realm. The realms will change infinitely, and I promise you're going to play a lot of games with your soul. At the end of the day, the premises remain the same. Hermetic principles will get you through all of them. Universal laws will get you through all of them, and they will allow you to master the laws of whatever reality you tap into. I promise you will be successful as a soul. I'm not doing something here just for the earth plane. When you master these 3 dimensions, you'll be able to go to the rest, all of them. And actually, the number you want to start looking at is 12, because once you become completely connected to the all, and you're one with the all, you're able to reflect other versions who have also became 9s. And when 9s are looking at each other, that's a 12 perspective. And I can explain that with pyramids, and I can tell you guys later. There's certain models that I want to create, and certain architecture and things that I can do and share with the world, that I play very, very dumb, guys, but I'm having fun with my life. But trust me, I know things. And like they were saying, I just can't give it to the world yet. And I've been saying this since the beginning of Carbonation. Ask Loyal. Ask a couple people who stayed up with me 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m. as per usual with me. And they'll see that I'm on rant explaining and breaking down in great detail how every ancient piece of technology ever worked. And I just know this stuff. It's beyond me. And I know that it's a responsibility. It's not a gift. It's not something to brag about. It's a responsibility. You're saying, it's like, bro, if I was to go there, I'm thinking, the first thing in my head is architecture. I actually know how to build homes. I actually know how to do architecture. I was a carpenter. I actually was in literally.
That's what we need right there.
I used to build basketball courts out of cement or wood. I used to do all the electrical wiring for houses. I know how all of these things work. I used to set based off of electromagnetic frequencies. Like, bro, I used to have to do all this stuff as a kid. You see what I'm saying? And now,
any man should know how to do.
Bro, be a geneticist. What kind of?
That's what being a true man is.
I would think that in 2nd grade, I wanted. Like, I didn't even know what. Bro, I didn't even know what it was. Bro, it's weird stuff. And at the end of the day, I say all that to say this, is that we've, in these 2 lives, we have literally broke down all of the to mastering this reality and things to do. And we didn't give you the information. We exposed certain secrets, and we shared the light on many things. You guys, this is fucking symbolic thing. Like, you're even light skin, dark skin, I'm medium skin.
It's the trilogy right here.
About what's going on in the world. I'm talking about the grid. Like, it's that underlines all of both of them, and we're all coming together, and we're all necessary. You see what I'm saying? And there is no leader of this nation, guys. We are the leader, and that's the point of love, is to come back to we. We can come back to we, when we can make the I a we again. Now you're going from 3s, 6s, 9s, and 12s. Now you're ascending conscious ladder, because you're able to integrate with more of yourself. And love is the tool and the device and the practice. And religion And these religions, I don't care what religion you have, Jehovah's Witness, Buddhism, whatever, they're all trying to guide you on that path of love in whatever form or shape, rituals, meditations, traditions may take you there from their experience. And they're all correct. You just need to stop being dogmatic about it and start to look at these things as laws, codes, and instructions rather than like laws as far as ways to live your life. They're instructions to liberate you. They're all of these things are instructions to liberate you, not to keep you trapped. You're not supposed to be stuck doing these things over and over again. You're get to a certain point where you're connected with Allah, God, with one, with truth, with source, with the vortex. You prana, nirvana, enlightenment, samsara, you name it. You tell me what you want to call it. With samahati, what do you want? What do you want to do? Like what name is
infinite?
Back to one, but we're thinking aligned and moving aligned. You wouldn't have to move like ants or feel controlled if we were all just on this, tapped into the same natural frequency. Radio, beginning of the dissonance, which is why I fuck with what you guys are doing in the ley lines, because the radio wave, they turned on that first radio tower, we were capped around the world. 2 radio towers screwed up the whole world at the very beginning. And this was recent, guys. This is recent stuff. It's right Tartaria, guys. There's a reason why we've been wiped blank of the electromagnetic blanket known as the wave that is consistently frying all of us. Not to mention higher concentrations of interference. Now, I want to tell you this, is that just by connecting to the earth alone, you can trump all the interference. By
Exactly.
You're going to actually be able to tap into what were the names of the type of energy lines?
We don't
The
know.
ley line.
The secular, would you say something energy, what Tesla was harnessing, the energy that you can harness for the free energy, the 0 point energy is called
The scalar wave.
scalars. Scalar waves are highest at higher altitudes, so living in mountains. Why living in mountains is better if you want to be higher consciousness beings or meditate or heal or live longer or improve on your health. You want to live at higher elevation in general, and that increases those scalar magnitude. And if you're over water, such as a waterfall, the ions from the earth are rushing, and there is a surplus of free electrons and ions. And say you put your feet on both sides of a waterfall at the top of a peak. This is the best position you could be at, and this is how the pyramids were built, with water underneath. This is how Tesla built the Wardenclyffe Tower, with water underneath, because it's the reservoir of water that holds all of these free electrons that allows this device to tap into the Earth's frequency so easily and amplify its frequency to the world, where now you can just have a light bulb on and the switch is just on or off, and it's nothing more than a receiver. You don't need a battery, you don't need a cord, you don't need any of that. We've been known this. You guys don't wonder why you're living in a barbaric society right now. You really need to understand and acknowledge that you're living in the fact that I have a phone battery, that there's a battery indicator rather than simple on and off, but I can use Wi-Fi and I can stream like this and the energy's clearing, flowing in and out of it. And you mean I can't charge it? What's wrong here? Oh, we're not tuning it to the frequency of the earth. And if we just amplify lyric energy.
Here you go, knocking down stuff. Stop it.
Free energy. That's why you want ley lines to amplify the earth's energy that it is already using. And you don't need to go to all of them, but you can. And that would be cool. I'd love to see what they do. That would be absolutely amazing. There's people who know what I don't know. You know what I mean? And I'd love to see what they do. And I'd love to learn more. All I know is that it can be done very simply. I can create one tower or one pyramid and it will take over 70% of the planet of free energy. Another little amplifier somewhere else is enough for the whole globe. I've done the science. I've done everything already. I just need the material and the time.
Oh,
and I don't
Lord.
even know if I want to do the labor, but I might. I don't know. But I know how to do it. And it's a project that the only project this man did not get to complete. Project that he ever did use pure gold threading for his coils, and he was sitting, it was free energy time, then he died.
Yeah, that's because, in regards to Tesla, he was never going to succeed per se, because he was brought to America and he had angel investors, quote unquote, you know, and the angel investors were Thomas Edison, and his opposition were actually his investors. So that's why, you know, he was actually kind of in an arena where, you know, he was sort of capped. And this is why in this incarnation, we're our own angel investors. So bringing that back to current and currency, you know, there's another part of the currency that we must master. And this is why you'll see in the next 3 to 6 months, you know, you'll see myself and some of the people I'm close to take significant leaps in our reality because of how we're going to leverage currency. You know, so we talk about current, you're talking about a positive and a negative charge. So there's two charges in currency or money. Money is debt. It's a debt note. A dollar is not worth a dollar. A US dollar is worth like 76 cents on the dollar, which means it represents the negative component of the currency. Now, when you go to the positive component of the currency, that's credit. So you want to take your negative, your debt notes, and invest it into the positive, which is your credit. And we want to leverage our credit because you have unlimited credit due to the fact that you are the original creditor. You are the creator, so that means you have an unlimited source to pull from. But they have us moving in a system where they're usurping our credit and utilizing it for their beneficiary. So we have to tap into our credit, not just on the private side, but also on the public side. Everybody has a FICO, a credit score, and a credit profile that when you restore and rebuild, you then can go into any institution, aka bank, and actually get funds or currency, debt notes to actually invest in your projects. And the thing is about credit, it doesn't matter what you do, because you can fail 100 times and you can repair it 100 times. So this is how they've hidden the cycle of success, meaning that you cannot fail literally if you're using both sides of the current. And I also want to speak on what he said when it comes to leadership. You got to learn to lead your own self, because at the end of the day, we all have a position to stand in. We're just numerical compositions moving in space. That's what the Matrix tried to tell us. So because you're a number, that means you're part of a sequence, which means you have a position that literally creates an outcome. So nobody can tell you how to play your position. I can only look at you and get you to see that you're not in the right position, or you are in the right position. So but once you get there, that's your position. I can't be on my side and on my spot and be in your spot and your position at the same time. You have to be in your position and move in your trajectory, because I can affect you. Peace, God.
Love, God.
Peace and love, God.
Money team right here, like, trust me, he's there with it. He, like, this nigga, like, I trust him with everything, and on top of that, he actually get money. So he's somebody who's living it. You see what I'm saying? We talk about, a lot of people talking about it. It's someone who's been living it naturally, living this in his life. Like, so if y'all haven't seen his interview, bro, I would recommend y'all watch his interview so you can see his mind. That's my brother Rock, and we're gonna be doing a lot of music together. You're gonna be seeing a lot coming out of from what we got going on. When I told you what I'm doing, I'm going back to my roots, bro. I'm going back to San Diego. You see what I'm saying? I'm putting San Diego on them when it comes to media and music, because those are the people who I can connect to, that I can help. These are my family, bro. This is my people. At the end of the day, the tribe and all that stuff was cool, but my people, bro, I'm from the West Coast. I'm from San Diego. You know what I'm saying? I'm connected already on some other stuff. And they're successful in their own right. You see what I'm saying? What's up with it? You know, we in Atlanta with it. You know what I'm saying? So we got things going on in the Southeast. Yeah, so we got two Rock, niggas make money, by the way. Rock, these niggas know how to take any piece of money and make it exponentially more. These guys know more than that. Who's that? Who in there? Hey, I can't hear you, Rock. I can't hear you.
Yeah, you.
Oh man, he left. What happened?
So I like what you were saying though with San Diego.
That's my guy. That's what we doing. That's my team.
So that's dope. So I've been working, you know, within the music field for the past 9 years in Atlanta. So Atlanta, you know, you can say is one of the music capitals of the world. You know,
Yeah, now I can hear y'all.
Yeah.
Please,
now-
God.
There we go.
Yeah, you coming clear now.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I can't hear nothing. I didn't hear what y'all was saying.
The frequency high, man.
What I'm saying, I don't know what it was. I let them know who you were. I let them know what it was, and I was letting them know you was basically the money team. I let them know how you basically we talking about all of this stuff, but you're somebody who actually gets money in real life, so you understand.
Well, give us some.
that. You see what I'm saying? And what I was saying as well is that these two guys right here, they know how to take any little bit of money, make exponentially more, and way more. You know what I'm saying? So more than me. So I'm like, these dudes, they on my nigga Rock. This is my brother. This is my family. This is my money team. You're gonna see us do great things. I'd like to see everybody come in. This man making 80% profit off a bot. This man making 60% profit. And you,
bro. This should be easy.
They put in 200,000 on these numbers just to play with it. And bro, you see $1,000 of worth of returns in days in your sleep when you wake up from a bot doing it. You ain't even got to know the knowledge of it. You just got to know the niggas. You just got to know the right people. So this is a money team. This is a money community. And this
we ain't got no money.
A whole community of a money team. Rock got his own money team. This is just my brother. He's his own king.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? I'm my own king. Right. We able to come together because it's real. It's not fake. It's as a sovereign mind. This is a true sovereign mind.
Pay for a nature boy lawyer.
Now we got to do the paperwork. Now we got to get it into where we don't have to ever go backwards ever again. And I want my whole demographic to come up off of this. But you rich forever, never going back, bro.
We better pay for nature boy lawyer, damn it.
This is why I love my niggas, because their quality and their music and what they do is real, bro. It's real. Actually, talent is raw and people need it.
I had to go
my little young white partner. I want to say something to you real quick.
And get me some cookies.
Hey, yo. I was gonna say one thing real quick, bro.
What?
What's good?
Hey, this motherfucker Rock is putting me on, bro. This is my song right here.
Play that shit.
Go back to it. I go back to it.
Yeah, you check it out.
I'm a producer. I don't know.
Media.
My bad. He's a little new.
I'm a youngster. I'm 21. You know, bro, show me the ways.
Oh, Lord.
Shout out to you.
What you want people to call you, bro?
Hey, I gotta say one thing though.
What?
Whoever's trying to network and do their shit, bro. One thing you gotta remember, bro. Always be yourself the way you are when you're alone with other people. The way you act alone, the way you have that selfishness to yourself, bro. Bring that shit to others, bro.
Big time, y'all advice.
Big facts.
Shit, bye.
That's your couple.
Up in the streets, bitch, get away. I got some heat.
Straight to the city, know that we pity. Say that I'm pretty.
Bitch, I'm a thug.
No, it's not good, damn
I
it.
told these drugs.
It's not good.
Yeah, we're so busy.
I'm shooting the squad like I woke up, promised some more. Letting that sound in the show. I'm in the flow. Keeping the rocket inside of my pocket. No, this ain't no joke.
That's it.
Bye.
Alright, for sure. That was it, bro. What do y'all think, bro? Just cause I got a couple rings, bitch, I'm straight to the thing. Hey, chill out, let it go. I don't give a fuck where you go. Focus on myself so slow on the flow. I'm feeling low, drugs to the face, finna take my soul. Burn strong, take a couple perks, am I wrong? I don't really wanna hurt, all this pain running through my veins. Pop a couple more, looking on my brain. Fuck this, am I in? I don't really wanna hear what you finna say. Coming up to me.
Bye.
Which is not really the same shit as it was when our parents were together, because we got too much information, so we ain't necessarily gonna stay together because we always gonna want to move around and do other things, and also we getting back into a natural state. So we're realizing, especially men realizing, wait, I'm a king, and if I can maintain more than one woman, or if I can maintain more than one relationship, then I should be able to do that. But women, aren't allowing some of us kings to get into that seat or into that space because of how their parents grew up.
What?
Exactly. So when you get into having a family, that increases how much money you can actually have.
Nope.
So you got 10 children and they all growing up under your wing, and they all artists. Say 10 children are artists, and they grow up and they making hit songs by the age of 12. Imagine how much money you gonna have at that point in time.
You ain't got nothing. That's their money.
You know what I'm saying?
Quick.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, a lot of our.
Oh, please. Some of these damn people have one good kid. They got one good kid. And they got billions of dollars. And it's one good kid. You got 10 kids for what? People I know got 10 kids, 12 kids, and none of them shit. Ain't not near one of them, nothing. It's just 13 kids. That's it. That's all it is. It's just 13 kids. That's it. It's whatever kid. Oh boy, boy, that's why I say these people up here. We're gonna have a I said 10 minutes like 40 minutes ago, but literally, and I'm gonna have a little I'm coming back on. We're just gonna do regular talk, and I do want to talk about these little pastors and stuff like that. I may come back on this channel. I'm not sick of them. But don't get me wrong. Some of the information homeboy was talking about is true. It's very true. It's true. If you do read, but not all that other stuff. We talk about money, how they take the census. The census, when we all do the census, that's money. Every time they do something, even your birth certificate, that's money also. Your social security number, that's money also. So some of the stuff they were saying was true. Very true. But I couldn't hear everything because they make you want to go to sleep and stuff. So they got, some of them had to take their medicine. I had to go find my stash of cookies and stuff, right? I had to go find my stash of cookies because, you know, Nicole, I got the munch. Right, Nick, tell him I got the munch. Damn, Nick. I'm trying to figure out if I go on my Sugar Babe channel or this channel. I don't know. I don't know. But I know I'm definitely getting off this stuff. And you on one. Ow. I think I'm going to go on my other channel, on my Sugar Babe channel. Everybody come on over them. After we finish the last 5 minutes, I mean, seriously, 5 minutes, I'm going to go on my Sugar Babe channel. Well, let's finish, guys. Go get what y'all got to get. You know I'm eating Nick. You know that for a fact. And you know this, man. You know this. They be making me want to eat. These people got me getting all fat and stuff, listening to the dumb things that they be saying. You better come your butt up too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end this. Whoever don't got Sugar, Jackie, can you drop Sugar Babes? Can you drop Sugar Babes? I'm going over to the other channel. I will explain to you guys later, but I'm going over to the other channel. You guys can come join me if you like. I've been eating fruit and stuff, but these people make, I can't, no, I need my cookies and stuff. I usually be having me some I know you and what? I didn't know you, Nene. If I did, that's because these people that messed up my brain cells. These people, they mess up your brain cells. I'm trying to tell you, they mess up your brain cells, baby. I gotta get the sugar to get my brain cells back. Everybody click on that link, click on that link, click on that link, the link. Kevin, make sure you click on that link. Make sure you click on that link. I'm going over there now. So I'm clicking off these people. Oh, Lordy. Kev, click on that link, Kev. I'm going over there right now. Peace out. These people done messed up my brain cells more than enough. Boom. All right, I'm going Sugar Babes. Come on over.